Mesdames and Messieurs, dames and herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, welcome to Roll for Damage and the Humblewood. Avast, mateys. I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a galaxy-spanning hamper full of pleasure to welcome you once again to the Humblewood. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the meritorious Rachel Foucar, the magnanimous Mitch Earnshaw, the maniacal Dan Suelto, and the munificent AJ Winters. And behind the scenes today, we have the malleable Serum 76. We must also shout out our majestic artist, Repi, whose artwork you can see on the screen, and the Hit Point Press and the Deck of Many, who are the people who wrote the book, being laughed at, or somebody else is laughing. I don't know. Good. Excellent. We're having fun already.
We were demonstrating malleable, and do you know how, like,
oh, cool.
It's okay, this is not, that is not. Like, this is fine.
This is fine.
Malleable.
Malleable.
You know?
Not malleable. All those in fairness. Also, we have some masterful news. We have a sponsor for the season. Wood & Forge. They design and manufacture high-quality wooden tabletop gaming products using beautiful Australian and exotic hardwoods. And they are local to WA, and they do custom orders. So get some of their stuff. That's really good. Check out their incredible work. And I'll go with the script. Check out their incredible work on their website, woodandforge.com. It's much better if I do that. And stay tuned for an amazing giveaway later in the season. It's the thing AJ's holding. Surprise! It's the thing AJ's got. Okay. They're gonna not sponsor us for another season. So, guys, tell us who the fuck you are. AJ, tell us who the fuck you are.
Oh, I'm starting? Hi.
Yeah, why not? I like to make things different.
I feel like I've already caused chaos today. I'm in such a chaotic mood. Hi, I'm AJ. I am an actor and a voice actor and a creative here in Perth, WA. And you can find me on Instagram where I do things. Tonight I am playing Jude Littlefoot, Warrior Mouse, Paladin,
That you are.
aspiring musician, and all-round chaos creature.
Ukulele owner. Yeah. Dan, tell us about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dan. You can't find me anywhere as rare as a Pokemon shiny. Aside from that, I am B-Rap on Twitch chat and Roll for Damage's Discord. Today I'm playing I guess we're trying to not be a cannibal Yeehaw wizard.
Are you trying?
I mean, is it? It's not
you haven't
in
done
the
it
eyes of other people.
I think it's only cannibalism if you eat other vultures.
Oh, sweet. Oh, amazing. I don't.
This is not a green light. It's just a definition of cannibalism. Mitch, tell us about yourself.
Hey, going everybody. I am Mitch Earnshaw, and it's a pleasure to be here once more. This is where you find me, here on Roll for Damage, in tonight's session, playing Nevermore. And I'm happy to be back once more. But if you want to follow me on Twitter at Mitch_Earnshaw, that's where you'll find me. Pleasure's all mine.
Oh, okay. It usually is. And Rachel.
Hello, my name is Rachel Foucar. I am an actor, writer, and creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Foucar. You can also find the book that I wrote on the internet, in internet places, and it would be cool if you checked it out.
It's very good.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. And if you don't, she'll eat your fridge.
I will.
So, and I am Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on Roll for Damage, sometimes on Wednesdays where I run One Shot Wednesdays, sometimes on Saturday mornings where I do other stuff, and usually on Monday nights where I run the Humblewood. And you know that because you're here, you're listening to it right now. This is the life you are experiencing. Other than that, I do Paparotica in Fringe World with my beautiful wife. And I also am in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. Und his little dragon, Crush. Cool. Alrighty. So I must remind our modern, open-minded, and culturally diverse audience to please like, follow, and subscribe. All the things. We have all the socials. You can catch up on the episodes you missed on YouTube, and please do, because there's some really, really good eps on YouTube. Okay. I need someone to stop and look off into the ether for a little while. Who wants to do it?
Oh, Jude.
Look, Jude.
Ju-
The thing is, it's avian. I understand it's your turn tonight, but the thing is, it's avian business that we're dealing with here. And as such, being a representative of the avian, and just shut up, Benneck, I think I should probably be the one that does the recap tonight. Thank you. I'm glad you agree. So I'll take it from
What
here.
am I, chopped liver?
No, you're
You'd have to eat yourself if you were chopped liver, Benneck. So it's a good thing you're not.
That's true.
So-
That's very true.
So Jude, you can take it next time. So let's do this hard and fast. That's what she said. First of all, we go to the dean. He tells us some things. 1, Professor Nightseed got the Necronomicon out of the library. Now it's missing, and the page that we found seems to be from that. 2,
I mean, Mordain told you that, but fine.
a student has witnessed some spooky shit, and his jimmies have been rustled. 3, another student witnessed the skeletons doing weird stuff. The name was Gel Placenta or something along those lines. 4, Professor Ravania hasn't been able to determine what on earth is going on, despite it being his thing. Divination magic, pretty shit if you ask me. So, we decided to start with the students. I can't remember whose suggestion it was. I feel like it was Trish's. Start with the students and then yes.
Full of good ideas.
Trish, sorry, Trish, I'm talking. We started with the spooked student. We opened the little piece of paper that we had been provided by the dean, and whose name did we read? Jordan Littlefoot, Jude's brother. Jordan. Yes, that. So we go to see Jordan, apparently the only good brother that Jude had, because otherwise we would have probably wrecked him. Jordan reported that he saw a spooky skeleton golem thing climbing outside of his window. Then he got all weak and passed out. Jude channeled some sort of godly power, divine energy, and noticed that there was some sort of connection between Jordan and something that was down from us. Also, Jude's mother, not dead. Wow. So we'll have to probably talk to Jude about that at some point in time. I think Jude's kind of just pushed that memory and thought aside. Now, we leave Jordan and then we go and find Placenta. Gel witnessed these skeletons suddenly stopping what they were doing one evening, then walking off with much determination towards the library. So that was the second thing, skeletons doing weird things. Next, stop. We went to see Professor Ravania. He's had the same vision repeatedly for the last 3 weeks. A dark heart lies among the white and grey, but in the dimness it is hard to say. Who is friend? Who is foe? The master wheel, the monster woe. So basically a load of bullshit. We managed to find out also through Ravania that the skeleton thing climbing up outside the tree that spooked Jordan left a bone in the window which had been knocked to the bottom of the tree when, oh shit, I almost said Hedvig again. Benneck opened the window. That was actually a slip up. So we then go to see Nightseed after that, after actually going to the bottom of the tree and getting the bone, which was some weird amalgamation of a number of bones which were formed together to become a talon. We then go to see Nightseed, and it becomes pretty obvious to, well, Trish and I, that someone has been going to great lengths to presumably frame Professor Nightseed. Only 2 students in the past have had the level of requisite skill to be able to pull something like this off. When we asked Professor Nightseed about the Necronomicon, we managed to drag out of her that she had loaned it out so she could try to create better servitor skeletons capable of more intricate tasks. We now believe that perhaps someone is using the rules and laws of necromancy in some way to try and control the Scorched Grove or something along those lines. We don't quite know what the fuck is going on. I guess we're going to find out. However, when we went back to our rooms, we found a letter there, and the letter said the following: The Forest Terrarium, Central Building, East Wing, midnight. Come alone. I know where the missing pages are. And if that's not a trap, I don't know what is. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. Applause now, please.
What?
Benneck, clap. Thank you. Wonderful. That will do. All right, let's proceed.
Okay, great. Well, mateys, may your siblings turn out to be trainee wizards and all your picture frames be filled with mattresses as we venture once more into the Humblewood. So, you've just had your meeting with Professor Nightseed and return to your dormitory and find a disturbing and in no way upsetting note. And the evening is ahead of you. What do you do?
I know you're the defenders and all, but that seems like a pretty upsetting note.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? How do you feel about it? What was that? What? I just read it out. I just read it out loud, though, Jude.
Yeah, but it's not very threatening when you cannot read it, you know?
Oh, that's fair.
Do you want me to try again? The
No.
Forest Terrarium.
No.
Central Building, East Wing. Midnight.
That sounds like one of them plays.
Come alone. I know where the missing pages are. How about that?
Invite, like the terrarium. Midnight.
Come to the Forest Terrarium.
to the
Central
forest.
Building, East
I know
Wing,
different
midnight.
things.
I know where the pages are. No, it's not like that at all, Jude.
Oh.
I'm pretty certain this is probably a necromancer, and we're probably going to be walking into a potential trap. So, kind of spooky.
I will fight them.
I think we all will. Look, I have a meeting this evening with Rusty. We're going to go over my magic and how I'm supposed to be able to, tweak my spells a little bit. So potentially I could talk to Rusty about, I don't know, watching in on us with magic, maybe getting in touch with Ravanya. Ravanya can maybe do some divination magic, just to kind of make sure that we aren't going to get killed. Come and help if need be.
I don't know Rusty as well as you do, Nevermore. Is he a subtle guy? Because if we screw this up, we could lose those pages, and we need those pages.
Okay, so potentially Rusty needs to be near someone who is subtle, so that if we are getting attacked, then Rusty can drop subtlety and come in and just stomp, because basically that's what Rusty does. Rusty's more of a everything explodes kind of person.
Oh.
Okay.
So, great person to have on your team, maybe not so subtle. So I will speak to Rusty and see what we can do.
What if we go not alone and then the person does not show up?
Well,
we broke the rules.
We'll still be alone. It's just we'll be watched over with magic, like divination magic, scrying kind of thing. Basically, they won't be there, but they'll be able to see what's happening. That's kind of what that magic does, Jude.
If someone were watching you with magic right now, Nevermore, would you be able to tell?
I'm going to use Arcana to see if I can sense any magic watching over me.
Yeah, please make an Arcana check.
Sure.
Wait, someone can watch you at any time?
Nope. Yeah, well, I'm pretty... I thought I sensed something.
So, Nevermore, you can't feel anything. You can't feel anything being scryed upon you right now. You also know enough about scrying that's the point. You can't feel that.
You have to see them.
I'm pretty well tuned into magic, but kind of sensing scrying might be a little bit out of my field. I'm
Okay.
also more of the explosions and less of the intricate, fiddly.
I only ask because if this person we meet knows they're being watched, they could just set fire to the pages and then we'll never know our answers, will we?
So what, you don't want to tell anybody that we're going
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to be really careful because we might only get one shot at this and we don't want to screw it up, do we?
there? One shot,
No.
one opportunity to seize all the pages you ever
My-
wanted.
My palms are really like sweaty right now.
Oh god, my knees are
Did
weak, my
anybody
arms
eat
are
the
heavy.
spaghetti?
I might be sick. I might throw up.
Can't you like just
Okay.
wipe the sweat on your fur?
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Benneck.
Oh lord.
I got
Okay.
spaghetti on my fur.
So I will still talk to Rusty and let him know what's going on because somebody needs to know. One of the professors needs to know.
Fair. Okay.
It seems foolish for us to just go there and then possibly die, and then they're all like, "What the hell happened?" So somebody needs to know we're going there at least, and I will inform Rusty because I trust Rusty with my life.
If you trust Rusty, I trust Rusty.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty's alright.
More?
Jude,
Yeah.
how are you feeling, by the way, with like the whole mother thing?
I do not know. I have not thought about it, but I wanted to talk about your eye
Okay.
because earlier when I did some magic-y thingies, I saw something.
What did you see, Jude?
Both good and bad. Celestial,
Oh.
but also what's the other thing I saw, Josh?
Fiend.
Fiend.
But
Fiend.
also fiend. Like
What?
both?
Both of them from my eye.
Yeah, like a monster with two faces.
Or it's like chocolate and vanilla ice cream.
Oh god.
Or a
damn it.
third analogy.
Yes. Wonderful contribution
I like
there,
that
Trish.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Or a third, more meaningful analogy.
Jude, all I can tell you at this point in time is all that I know. There is an entity that speaks to me from time to time.
It's in
Generally,
your face.
yes, correct. Generally, in moments where my emotions are heightened or my life is at risk, the entity comes to, I guess, to a more animated state. It has informed me that its name is Irilath. Irilath.
Very suspicious name.
Earwax.
Earwax, sure, whatever. You're not upsetting me. You're probably upsetting them, though. And they gift me powers in some way in order to change my magic somewhat. So that is all that I know. I'm trying to get in control of this altering of magic. That's why I'm going to see Rusty tonight, in fact. And I believe the professor of... what's the other professor's name again?
Gorm Windcrest.
Gorm. I believe Gorm will be there as well, who deals with conjuration.
No, he's the
priest, yeah.
Yes, he's the cleric.
Head priest,
professor.
yeah, the head cleric.
Nevermore.
And yes,
If they can change your power, can they change other things about you? Like, if I really like muffins, but then I got a two-faced monster in my face, could they take away my love of muffins?
Oh shit.
I mean, presumably. I mean, nothing like that has happened to me yet. I'm still me.
We should keep a record. Every
Alright.
time we do not think Nevermore is being Nevermore. As like a study.
Good luck
Okay,
with that,
so-
because I'm pretty, I don't know, all over the place of late. So
Should
sure.
we have like a questionnaire, like control variables, like, all right, Nevermore. What's your opinion on poverty?
Oh God, have you got
Famous.
an hour? I actually don't think I have enough time. I think I have to see Rusty, but that will take a little bit of time. Poverty, horrible.
Right.
Peasants.
Yep.
That's
Blue
Nevermore.
Lake. Yes, of course it's Nevermore. I'm Nevermore.
Yeah, but
Are
just in
you?
case you like lose your hatred
I
for
am
poverty,
Nevermore,
right?
Jude. Please don't start this crap, Jude. You know that I'm Nevermore. Don't you? Don't you be like that?
I'm just saying, there was this story when I was a kid that magic that changes. Like, if the wind changes, your magic changes with it, right? But there was this one kid that when the wind changed, his face changed. Have you heard that story?
Mm,
Not
it was
until
so
now,
bad.
mercifully.
that's one hell of a windstorm.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you're still Nevermore.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate the concern for me. And honestly, I will appreciate it if you all do watch over me to see if there have been any changes. Because if I do change, then I will obviously, me, Nevermore, will be concerned that if something else is piloting me in some way or taking over, then I, Nevermore, would obviously want to know. So thank you, and I appreciate the concern.
Jude is a good detective. Jude will make sure that you are still Nevermore. That's
Thank
right.
you. And on that note, I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to go see Rusty.
Very well.
Okay.
I'll be back before we have to go.
I need to
Yeah.
take a bath from this spaghetti I spilled on myself.
Yes.
So, dinner is had. Nevermore. You go see Rusty.
Yep.
Rusty. So yeah, Rusty actually, he would meet you at his quarters, but then he would, and he's there with a tall servant in white robes, and it's Gorm Windcrest, and he says, "No, what was his voice? Remind me. Oh, that's right, I remember. Nevermore. Here you are, boy. Right, so Gormir and I, we're going to take you up to the terrarium. We're going to try some things out. But Gorm wants to have a look at your face.
Sorry, you're going to take me up to the terrarium, are you?
Yes.
The forest terrarium or a different one?
No, we were going to do the one with the most open space. We were thinking the water terrarium.
Okay, sure. Let's go.
You're going to blow shit up, you know, you don't want trees all around.
Oh, I love blowing shit up. Let's do it.
Yes. So they take you up there. You go actually to the top of the lighthouse up there. So you can just fire magic off in any direction. Make me an Arcana check. And do better than 5.
24. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. How fortunate. Right, Nevermore. This is cool. Over the next hour and a half, a couple of hours, you learn how to control your castings. You lose the cantrip Firebolt. You can no longer cast it. Instead, you gain Soul Bolt, which does the same damage, but you can choose the elemental type.
Ooh.
So it's sort of like Firebolt, but Chromatic Orb.
Okay, cool.
Sort of deal.
And
lightning,
it's-
cold, acid, radiant, necrotic, or poison are the options.
Yeah, I think I've made a note of that here. Lightning, fire, cold, necrotic, radiant, poison, acid. Was
Yep.
the other one you had down there. Yep.
Additionally, because you rolled really good, you gain 2 sorcery points, which can be used on the only. They can't be used to regenerate spell slots or anything. They can only be used for one thing. They can be used for the meta magic option, variable spell, which you can use to change the elemental type of a spell you cast to one of those 6 options. So say you cast Shatter, You could instead cast a fire shatter.
Oh, okay. I see. So basically, Firebolt becomes Soulbolt, which is what I can tweak whenever I want. And I now have the ability to spend one of my sorcery points to change any other spell that I cast into a variation of damage. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Which you can do twice total. And that's a long rest regeneration thing.
Got it. Long rest. Cool.
And it is linked to Irileth. At the end of it, however, so you once it's clear that you sort of got the hang of it. It's also worth noting you would expend those 2 sorcery points whilst learning this, so you get it tomorrow when you've had a long rest. Gorm, after the first hour or so, when they think you're like, wow, Gorm would turn to Rusty and say, a very adept student. I can see why you're like this, child.
Damn fucking straight.
And he's actually, Gorm is only maybe 10 years older than you. He's not like that much older. But he says, Nevermore, may I examine the subject in your eye?
Please do. Please do. I'll lean forward.
So, can you make... I would like... In fact, no, can I get chat to do it? Chat, Smut Geek, can you roll me a 1d20, roll, space 20 in chat, please? This will determine how good the conversation between Gorm and Irileth goes. 3. Fantastic.
Irileth is not happy.
Gorm, it's very Spock. It's very sort of, he puts his fingers on the side of your face and he moves his fingers around a little bit like he's trying to, and you do hear the drowsy voice of Irileth in your head. What? Like someone who's been literally just woken from a sleep. And yeah, he says, who are you? And she responds, I am Irileth. Will you assist me in getting out of this poor boy's head? And Gorm says he will try. But he takes his fingers off the side of your head and says, she is very weak. A celestial being, I believe. Well, you told me that she said she's an Astorial?
Correct. Yes, an Astorial, and was basically trapped in my head with a wound that I sustained from a malicious-looking dagger.
Yes. I can barely reach her. Any questions that I would have to ask, I imagine you would actually have to relay them.
Sure.
But it was more to sort of get a feeling of what she is. I do get the feeling that she's female. It's a feminine essence. So Rusty says you feel slower mentally.
Yes, I feel like my mind has to push through almost like a barrier to be able to latch on to thoughts that my mind used to pick up quickly.
Yes, there is a fairly logical reason for this. Irileth is literally using your brain to think. She has no corporeal form. She is so weak she doesn't even have a physical presence. I imagine she was slain, and a portion of her soul was trapped within that blade. And she's literally using your wetware to think.
So would removing Irileth from my head
restore your faculties? Yes.
But end her existence?
Currently, your physical form is her physical form.
So
She
is there a
has
way
no-
of drawing her into something else from me?
That
So
would
that she
be
isn't
the
lost?
solution. The other option is just leave her in there until she's strong enough to reconstitute her own form.
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned that as she gets stronger, that I'm going to be drained more and more as she uses more of my energy.
She won't. It's not a vampiric relationship. At least it doesn't feel like it to me. It would seem she is more sort of recovering. Astorial beings are primarily not physically based. They are a soul that occasionally assumes a physical form. She does not have the strength, however, to traverse the planes, return to her own where a soul was free. So she would have to first reconstitute a physical form on this plane and then ascend. And
I see.
she doesn't have the strength to do it. What we could do is, yes, as you say, get her out. You could either find another vessel for her to be in, however, that vessel would have to be alive and of sufficient intelligence. So basically you're talking another person, which is suboptimal.
Yes.
It is unfortunately a form of possession, which obviously comes across negatively.
Yes, well, I mean, it's only been beneficial thus far, rather than the whole losing.
Your
some of
thinking
my
is slower, but
abilities.
demonstrably useful in your combat abilities.
Yes.
Has she ever helped you in other ways?
Yes, absolutely. There have been occasions where I guess I have been in great danger, and she has guided me and my allies in a sense, which now to me, now occurs to me that she's
helping
basically saving
herself.
her own skin. Yes,
Literally her
in
own
me.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. So if I die, she ceases to exist as well. So.
She does have a vested interest, but I don't think you could fault her for it, I suppose.
Oh, of course not. No.
The other way, the trick is one must be extremely careful, because if you do remove her and you don't have another vessel for her to go in, it would sort of force her to regain a reconstituted physical form with whatever strength she can. That would definitely, well, most likely at this point, kill her, but also whatever physical form she would attain would happen where she currently is. So you would have her
So my head would
literally
probably
reappear
explode.
in your
Got it.
head. So you would have to first extract her and then, yes. Removing and putting in a different vessel would be the best solution.
And I heard Irelath respond to you before. And it sounds like, and I'm saying this as well in my head, that Irelath, do you wish to be out of my head? Like
She
now?
She says very quietly, I don't like having to share a physical form with someone else. But at the moment, it is the only option for my continued survival. I don't, however, wish you any more discomfort.
Well, we will work towards finding something that works for you. You have only, to this point in time, assisted me and assisted my friends. So for that, I thank you, and I will do my best to make sure that you're safe. Because obviously, if you're not safe, I'm not safe. So I do have a vested interest.
You feel her gratitude. And Gorm says, would you have said that out loud so Gorm could also
I would
hear
say
it?
that out loud, yeah.
Gorm would say then, he puts his fingers together to his chin and says, it occurs to me, however, if you are in any way concerned, and it doesn't sound like you extremely are, but she's using her mind to think, which means she can't lie to you. Literally can't. She could tell you an untruth, but you would know it's untrue. Similarly, you can't lie to her, unfortunately. So you're both using the same brain.
That makes sense in a way. So
if she's being deceitful, you know.
Are you able to work on finding some sort of container, I guess?
I will begin studying this subject.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I doubt the solution will present itself in the short term, but yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I
feel far more at ease now. But one final thing: if I step foot in a church, will my head explode?
No.
Good.
No, if anything, it may feel nice.
I thought that was stupid, but stupid question is one that's not asked.
Exactly.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. You have done that.
Thank you for your time, Gorm, and thank you for your time, Rusty. One final thing there, Rusty, if I may talk to you.
Gorm says, I'll give you to the room and descends. See you in the morning, Rusty.
Rusty, we have been doing a bit of investigating into what's been going on here, and we've unearthed some things, and I won't tell you the whole long story of it because you don't actually have an awful lot of time, but we have had a letter left in our quarters addressed to our party, and it's asking for us to attend the Forest Terrarium Central Building East Wing at midnight. And it's also asked for us to come alone.
Rusty's like hand on the table, like chuckling, like, and you're worried in some way. No, that's not his voice. And you'd be worried in some way that's no, it's still Scottish.
That's
God,
close
it's really
enough.
hard. Yeah.
That's close enough.
But you'd be worried in some way that's a trap.
That's better.
Because if it sounds like a trap and looks like a trap.
Exactly.
The only thing I could think is it's obviously a trap that it shouldn't be.
Look, I don't want you to come along with us, obviously, because that would spook off whoever it is that wants us to go there. But is there any
possibly
chance
ready to be getting in on the action, just getting ready, waiting a little ways away?
If you're able to, I don't know, be somewhere either close by,
he is like hopping from foot to foot, like fuck yeah,
would you be able to talk to Ravanya? Ravanya might be able to scry in on the situation, and if necessary, you could, appear and blow everything up.
All right. Yeah, I could. I'll go.
It's just that I'd hate for you to be too close by and to spook off whoever it is.
No, I get it, boy. That's fine. Yeah. Now, what I'll do for you, I'll get 4 of my best students. I will wait and ready.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, just as long as you don't, I don't know, scare them off. Just try your very best. I trust you.
Do you want a signal? Like if shit gets real, if shit goes down, and you send up a flare or something, you shoot a soul bolt into the sky, and I'll maybe come in.
Potentially, what happens if I yell out blueberry muffins?
Look, it's not something I normally expect you to shout out. So, yeah, if you're shouting blueberry muffins, I mean, how loud can you shout?
Oh, I can shout pretty loud. I'm not going to do it, though, because...
I mean, I don't think I should be going into the terrarium with you.
Oh, of course. Actually, no, you know what? I'll use my newfound ability to shoot a bolt into the sky. It'll be a white bolt, and I'll shoot it into the sky.
Got it. And we will be there as soon as we can.
Thank you. I appreciate you watching over us, Rusty. But I must go now. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, he's like, he bustles away with a hop in his step. He's like, fucking, yeah, get to blow shit up. Retirement has not suited the man.
So obviously I will return to the party and I will inform them that we have Rusty watching over us.
Sick. What do you guys do with your evening? You've got 4 hours at least, probably 6 till midnight. Benneck?
I'll try and hustle for some basically materials for protection from evil and good.
Oh, yeah.
Holy water and or powdered silver and iron.
You'd definitely be able to acquire that relatively easily. The powdered silver is they'll give you a vial of it, given that you're working with the defenders, but you can't like just make off with tons of it. But yeah, you'd be able to acquire enough for a couple of castings of each.
Great.
From one of the potions labs, that'd be like the materials there.
Mhm.
Jude, Trish, do you wish to continue working on your after hours training? Cool.
Yes.
Alrighty. In which case, roll me, Trish, roll me you're training for medicine, aren't you?
I am.
So make me a medicine check without proficiency.
Alrighty.
And I an acrobatics.
And then acrobatics for Jude.
Ooh.
Rough.
Yours.
You don't get your head around it today. You're there. Wow.
Clearly, we have other things on our minds tonight, Jude.
3 1s, 2 20s, and a 9 have been the
Yeah, I
rolls
mean,
so
I
far
rolled a
tonight.
1 and then, I rolled a 1
Yeah.
and a 20, exactly.
I rolled a 1 and a 20. What the?
Yeah, but it's the 1 first. Sorry.
It's the curse of the water bottle.
Jude, your mind's not on it today. You as you're running and jumping and performing flips and shit, you keep stumbling, you keep tripping, you keep thinking about the face of a
Mama.
Jabin woman that you don't quite remember.
Mama.
And it occurs to you at some point that your brother is a wizard and he knows what she looks like. Trish, you go to the infirmary for the evening class, and again, your mind's not on it. They're doing bandaging and basic first aid, and you make a real hash of it. And this is weird for you as well. You're normally really good with your hands, something practical, something physical to do, and it's just not landing for you tonight. You're not really managing to. Your head's not in it.
Benneck like leans from the door like, I sense failure in medicine. Is it ready?
any my Benneck senses are tingling. What would be going on in Trish's head?
I'm really anxious about this whole situation because Nevermore trusts all these people, but I don't know any of these teachers, and we know one of them's dodgy, so I'm stressed.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Alrighty, you can make the check again tomorrow to have another go at it. You don't learn nothing, and Jude, your experience is similarly. It's not nothing. It's just not landing tonight. Cool. So you've all done that. Do you go to the terrarium?
I'd like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Noted.
You know.
I'm gonna click my heels together and activate my fancy shoes.
How long does that last for?
That's a good question. How long does that last for?
If it's only a minute, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, I won't do it then. I'll wait.
If it's only a minute, I can't remember what your fancy shoes do. They're in your character sheet.
It's so sorry.
Let me have a look.
Shoes so fancy.
Cool. So
Jude stocks up on muffins.
of course, Jude stocks up on muffins. I'm assuming at every meal, Jude is taking a large but not inconvenient amount of muffins and adding them to her bag of muffin holding.
Subtly, yes.
Yeah. No one is noticing.
No one knows.
As you probably about 2 dozen each time. Any more than that, like the kitchen staff have started making more in preparation for the defenders to arrive, because for some reason you're just fiends for them muffins. And at this point, like now you've been here a day or so, there is decent mashed potato, properly buttered mashed potato on offer at dinner. and
Good.
weirdly at breakfast as well.
We should make more requests.
They haven't gotten that like you're asking. They're just noticing your tastes and kind of respectful of you. It is a dark, moonless night as you step onto the large floating disc that houses the forest terrarium. You find yourself in an unusual woodland with several types of trees that don't look quite right beside each other. Like you've got deciduous, you've got evergreen, you've got there would be elms next to firs, next to eucalypts. It's a weird combination of foliage. Those are the three kinds of trees I know. Ashes, there's some ashes in there as well. There's a fucking oak, whatever. There's some bamboo. It's weird. In the center of the place is a building made up of a great central dome with two branches off into two small semi-spherical wings on either side. The night is deathly quiet.
Oh, it's kind of spooky. It's kind of spooky here.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Lots of trees, no sounds.
Benneck,
I start sniffing around.
which way is the east wing again? Central building, east wing.
Yeah, it would be the one to the left.
Take them there. At a point. Left.
When you say you start sniffing around, do you sniff for anything specific, Benneck?
Is there scent of betrayal in the air?
Roll.
It's more like I'm trying to find something that's out of place.
Sure.
From the yard.
Then you would be making a perception or investigation.
Can Jude also roll?
What would you be looking for? I'm like, you're all welcome to roll, but you have to give me specifics. What are you looking for?
Clues. Jude is looking for clues.
How would Jude be looking for clues? Benneck, everything feels fine. It's just quiet and dark.
Jude is.
You've been in the forest terrarium many times. This is not unusual.
Footprints.
Sure.
Of the big monster.
Okay.
And scratch marks. And
Make me
anything
a
that
survival
looks
check.
bizarre. Survival. Ooh, +3.
Wisdom.
13.
Yeah. Jude, you on the ground, you do notice some, they're definitely footprints, but you wouldn't say they were out of the ordinary. This is a relatively well-traveled path from the entrance to the terrarium to the entrance to the central building, which is a museum.
Jude needs a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Let's work on the assumption that they're here to talk to us for now. I know that's a stupid assumption.
Yeah,
everybody just stay prepared, and let's attempt to talk.
Didn't they want to talk?
Well, I mean, the letter says they want to talk and that they know the whereabouts of the missing pages.
But it's a trap.
It could very well be a trap, and so we just have to be prepared.
Cool.
All right.
So East Wing, yeah.
Yep.
East Wing. Let's go.
Actually, I do apologize. It'll be the one to the right of the building, not to the left. Very well. Trish and Nevermore, do you want to check for anything before you go in? Or are you happy to rely on the other two to keep their eyes peeled?
You go.
I'm definitely looking out for anyone hiding, ready to ambush us.
Very well. Perception check for ambushees outside the building, please. Of course you have a fucking magnifying glass. Of course you bloody do. Yeah, again, Trish, that does not appear to your well-trained eye, and you've got dark vision as well, so you could see in the dark. Doesn't look like there's anybody waiting to ambush you outside this building.
Okay.
And I would point out that whilst you know you rolled shit, Trish doesn't. Trish thinks she did the best job ever looking for people in the dark. Nevermore, anything?
I'm not looking for anything. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm gonna focus on the socket, the eye socket, and I'm just gonna peer around and see if anything comes to my attention that my normal eyes would not see.
Make an Arcana check then.
Sure. 13.
The whole building is magical, but this isn't massively surprising.
That makes sense. It's floating
it is
through the sky. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the whole damn thing is magical, but the building itself is magical. It has been, there is a particular spell cast on the building itself. It's a sort of warding, and it's preservation. It's designed to, like, everything inside is old, and the spell is designed to keep it in good nick. Beyond that, all the trees are a bit magical as well, like the fact that they all grew in the same place. This is all magical in some way or another, but again, not hugely surprising. There doesn't strike you, nothing leaps out as unusual about any of it. There's fuck tons of magic, but that's not weird. Cool.
Let's continue.
This is a museum. Behind the glass you enter the dome structure through a wide archway. It doesn't really have a door. There is a door to the main area, but then the two wings are almost independent buildings. They're just next to it. And the east wing has an archway in rather than a door. And you can just go straight in if you do. And for goodness sake, this wing is sort of antiquities and natural history. Behind the glass panels, the party can see fossils as well as magical recreations of extinct plants. Some skeletons have been mounted to be able to, like, you could see what it looks like. Again, if you've ever been to the Natural History Museum in London, and if you haven't, you definitely should. It's fucking cool. But if you've ever been to anything like that, or like there was a dinosaur exhibition in the Perth Museum recently, yeah, same deal. It's a lot of, it's like freestanding dinosaur skeleton stuff like that. There is a couple. There's a giant beetle. It's probably about the size of a horse. It's like it's preserved carapace of that. On one, as you enter, there are staircases leading up to an upper area, and then the main vault is loads of tables all covered with glass, so you can't touch the stuff, and loads of little things, and each annotated with a little. There's often a needle holding the thing down. It's all very gently. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You mentioned skeletons. I'm going to cast that eye over any skeleton I see to see if any of them have any magic about them in terms of the fact that they're animated in some way.
You do not... make another Arcana check, please.
Sure. Just anytime I see a skeleton or dead something, I just know that we could potentially be dealing with a necromancer.
The room is full of them. Another 13. You would... Again, these skeletons are a little bit magical in the way that they have been preserved, but not animate at this moment. None of them are moving. However, looking around, you do see a figure standing near a case in the center of the room. They are holding a book, and a cloak covers their features. They turn to look at you as you enter, and you can just make out a beak in the gloom. But they make no attempt to move towards you. What do you do?
I'll get my dagger out.
It doesn't respond to Jude. It does appear to be watching you, though, Jude.
Over here.
Is it an illusion of some sort? I want to know if it's an actual person, or whether or not it's an illusionary image that I'm seeing.
Make an Arcana check.
It might be like to one of the exhibits, but just poorly lit.
If I get a 13 again, 20, that's better.
20. It is not an illusion. That thing is there.
Okay. Hello there?
And it raises its hand and gestures for you to come closer, because you're still at the doorway unless you've said it, unless you do otherwise. It's probably 40 feet up the room from you.
Move closer. Probably to within 20 feet, to the point that we don't have to raise our voice loud to talk, I guess. I don't want
Sure.
to be yelling all this stuff out across the room.
Are you clustered?
What
I
a
feel like-
question, Josh.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
loaded question. What a
Yeah.
loaded
Well,
question.
no, my question is, are you combat formation, like nice and spread out, or do you just all just walk towards it? Like, is it natural for you to do that, or are you head on a swivel? Like, describe to me where you go.
I suspect, given that Jude went like this,
Jude just went straight in, but what
Jude
did the
just
others
started
do?
walking. I would walk over, probably just a little behind Jude, in that I'm
Mhm.
not going to traipse as fast, and
Sure.
whatever you two do.
I gotta stay close to my friends.
Very
Even if
well.
it doesn't seem smart.
Oh, hell no,
Trish.
fuck that shit. I'll go to the side.
Love it.
I stick to the shadows, looking like one of those like really edgy on the corner of the tavern rogues.
Yeah.
Playing with my knife, like
Give your hood up.
yeah. Playing with my knife, like if you fucking lay a hand on them.
Love
Mm-hmm.
it. Love it. So you go to within about 20, 15 feet.
Yeah, I'd probably say with about 20 feet. Yeah.
Cool. There is a large display case in between you, containing an assortment of ancient weaponry.
Does any of that seem like it's got magic on it?
Again, I'll let the 20 cast
It's
over.
20 cast.
It's again no more than
You got me
the-
nervous about everything.
the preservation. I'm loving this. Still, like, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. I'm
Like an
is it
animated
though?
swords.
Is it a trap?
It is a trap.
Is it? Is it though?
Lost it.
I walk
Yeah.
right up to the figure.
Jude, you walk right up to the figure.
Hello.
I don't.
And Jude, you hear a voice. It says, "What do you seek?" It's a whisper, like a hoarse whisper.
A horse whisper.
No, as in like it's,
Oh,
you
it's
know.
a horse.
yeah.
What do you need?
What do you seek?
I was like, what the hell is a horse whisper?
Yeah, it's a horse whisperer. It's a profession in this world. It's a class, actually. You could be rogue, you could be sorcerer, you could be horse whisperer.
Did you send us a letter?
Yes.
Is something wrong with your voice?
No.
Okay.
Can Trish and I hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
The horse whisper.
You know something
Dude.
about the whereabouts of the missing pages?
I do.
I hear or no?
You all hear it. It's
Oh.
quiet. Like it's a whisper, so you'd be straining to hear it, Benneck. Jude, make a perception check.
The perception.
Mhm.
If this is an insult and I'm prepared to shoot an arrow.
20.
I'm just ready.
Jude, the beak isn't moving. This
What are
person
your-
whose face is still deeply in shadow, their beak isn't moving when they speak.
I
The
go
sound-
to pull the beak off.
The wig.
The beak.
Can I pull the beak off?
Beak. Oh shit. Make
Like, is it a
a
fake beak?
make a grapple check to grab this person's beak.
Have strength?
I really, really want. Oh yeah, no. I'm not going to do it, but I should have. That's amazing. Yeah, a strength check, please. Athletics. I think actually it's grappling.
Athletics, okay. 18?
Okay, I'm gonna roll for the thing. It's better at acrobatics, so I will do a dex check. No. It rolled a 10. Cool. So
come off?
yeah, you grab its beak. It doesn't come off, but it does. Its head jerks back like, hey.
Does it?
Why are you not speaking through your mouth?
Jude, come on.
Jude, it stabs you.
Does Jude pull the person into the light a little bit?
Yeah, it quite crits. Jude, it's going to attack you. As it lunges forwards and you're holding its beak, this cowl comes off its head and it's a skeleton. It's a birdfolk skeleton. The beak is corvum shaped and it gets 7 piercing damage to you as its short sword slashes into your stomach.
Are we fighting now? I'm fighting.
I'm gonna
roll initiative.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What a way to start that, by the way. Yes, combat by
Have you got a map for us to put our tokens on?
I do apologize. Yes, I will move you. You are already on it. I've been moving you around it as you described it. I just didn't want to tip you off.
Shite.
Do I still have hold of his beak?
Yeah, you grappled him.
Good.
I do have that secondary bar.
Thank you, Nevermore.
Make sure you click
Yeah,
your
if
token.
you could.
And then
Sorry, guys, because you weren't on it. Could you? I'll take what you rolled before because it's really good. But yeah.
Oh, come on.
Trish and Jude, if you could roll again, and I'll modify it.
I have +5.
Okay.
Don't worry, Benneck. You're still faster than the other thing.
Was I meant to click on my thing and then do it? Is that what that
Yeah, you have to click
Yeah.
on your thing and then do it. Trish, your first one was a 17, was it not?
Oh, I got a
Yes, it
17
was.
again.
Nice.
Oh, I had a 13. What am I talking about?
Yeah. And Jude had a 13.
Ignore me.
Cool. Let us just do descending order. There we are. Right. So, how fortunate, because it was the birdfolk skeletons go first. So he has just had his go. The figure lunges at Jude. Suddenly, 2 elk skeletons that you had taken to be exhibits, and may well have been, flash with crackling dark energy and burst from their perches.
Joy.
They rush towards you.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap. I really wanted it to not be, and I gave it the longest I could.
Well, guess what, Josh?
Nevermore, it's your turn. Yeah, obviously, it was a trap.
Jude had hope.
I'm going to shout out, "We came to talk! We came to talk! Step back, Jude!" And I'm going to shout that out. And I'm going to
Nevermore, make a
hold my
perception check, please.
perception.
Yes.
Nice shoot.
18.
Nice. Nevermore, you make out at the top of the room, you see a figure in a cloak dashing out the door and pinging the location.
Okay.
Yeah. They are making good their escape.
I don't see that.
I'm going to, seeing that there's no slowing down, am I still okay to release a spell up towards the roof? You said it's glass?
Yeah, it's glass.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna shoot. Oh, sorry. Did you say that or not? You said it was domed. Maybe I just.
It's a
assumed
dome.
glass.
Let's say it's glass. I like that idea. I feel like it would be glass.
Okay, I will shoot Soul Bolt up towards the domed roof, and I'll shoot it in white radiant energy.
Yep.
And then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
They're getting away! And I'm going to start running towards that direction. And that's my turn.
Very well. Trish.
I click my speedy boots together and I chase that bad boy.
Have you pointed? Did Nevermore actually point it out?
I would point, "They're getting away!" and then run off that direction. Yeah,
Very well. Trish, you do that.
Oh, she's just gonna get left behind.
Trish, you are gonna, theoretically, you can do 60 feet this round. Or you can do, technically, I think, 90 feet this round.
I do 90 feet towards him, man.
Come to think of it, no, it'd be 120. Yeah. Trish, you'll get like there.
God.
So yeah,
that's
you get to the edge of the map. Basically, you get to the edge of the terrarium just in time to see this figure leaping off it. And you can see a swirl of dark, probably purple, but it's really dark, so it's hard to say. Smoke swirl off this scroll in the person's claws, and then they swoop off. They've clearly cast a spell on themselves, and they swoop off into the darkness. Roll me a perception check.
One of those tracking things, like a spy.
You do have a bow, but you've used your action to get there.
Yep.
16, yeah. For just a second, their hood whips back, and you can make out in the dim that their face is a Corvan's face.
Call them. All right.
Yeah. Who's next? It's Jude.
Jude! Jude still has the beak of the skeleton?
You do. They are grappled, so you would have advantage on attacking them.
I would like to slice its head off with my sword.
You could try to do that.
Yay!
Make an attack. Oh, Jude, I fixed your divine smites, by the way. It's now an add-on that you can do.
If you're grappling your opponent, do you get advantage on your attack rolls?
Yes, yeah.
22! And it's a critical!
It's a critical hit. How is it only 22?
I don't know.
That's weird. It should be higher.
And have the proficiency on it.
Yeah, it must do. No, Jude's. I think it's only got the proficiency on it. Jude, you have an attack called the Blade of the Wood. Remember to use that one if that's the sword you're using.
Oh, oopsies.
That's the long sword. But anyway, you got it anyway. So roll the damage for the Blade of the Wood because it'll do more damage. So yeah, make a Blade of the Wood attack because.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, and now use that to roll the damage.
And roll
11.
it twice because it's a crit.
Roll twice or add it?
Oh, you know what
Okay,
has
just
happened,
double it.
Jude? You haven't updated your strength back to positive, have you?
Ah,
That's why
You gotta put it back.
What was it?
18.
18 strength?
Yeah. Because that'll also affect your damage rolls as well. You've
I'm
also
really
got
glad I
Divine
grabbed it
Favor.
earlier.
You've also got Divine Favor and Divine Smite still working as well. And you haven't
Yeah.
said you've cast them, so
Oh,
Yeah, assume not.
it's
need- damage again.
So no, it's fine. I'll work it out from what you've rolled.
Oh.
You got. You do need to roll one of them once. So yeah. Fuck me.
Sorry.
You got 8 plus 10. So 18 plus 2. So 21 damage.
Woo!
We'll cobble together 21 points of damage from that attack. Good job. It takes 21 points of damage. You sever its head. It doesn't drop though.
I hold
It
up
doesn't
the
have a
head.
head anymore.
I hold
Yeah.
up the head proudly to Nevermore.
Yeah, you are still grappling the head. The rest of it is still standing, however. Benneck, you can see on the landing above Jude an elk skeleton stepping off its pedestal.
Well, shit. Bam.
You shoot the elk skeleton.
Yeah. And that,
Make an
and that-
attack roll.
do I have advantage because I'm readied
Yeah, I'll allow it.
for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. 24. It hits.
Yeah.
You hit.
Bam.
Well,
10.
10 piercing damage. Nice. Cool.
Can I like climb up this wall on my?
The wall behind you.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah, you can climb up that wall if you like.
I do that. I don't know what's up there. Oh fuck.
It's another elk skeleton. Yeah, and it's looking angrily at you.
I'll get to higher ground. Oh.
Yeah, you use your entire movement to do that.
That's fine.
So.
Yeah, bonus action. No, that's it.
You good? You happy? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, the two giant elk skeletons are going to go towards you guys. The first one is going to attack Benneck. So, it is going to charge at you. And then it is going to make a gore attack. 21.
Or, are we gonna do the cool anime thing, Josh, where I shield it?
Are you gonna do that? Cast shield?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what does your AC become with shield? 'Cause you've got mage armor.
Mage armor's 18, 22.
23.
Sorry.
23. Nice. Yeah. This giant skeleton rushes towards you. I would also point out that you've had a fight today already. Just be aware of your spell slots.
Mm-hmm. I've only cast one spell today.
Yep. And then you did arcane
Apart
recovery.
from that.
Early. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all good. Just reminding you. Yep. And
Because I
one
shack
point
people
of
and it saves
lay
a
on
lot of
hands.
spell slots.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, this first one, it runs towards you, its head low, the rack of old antlers out. You duck underneath that, then it raises its hoof up to stomp on you, and you just put your hands up and just this shield of force. What color would it be?
Translucent, glassy. On impact, it's transparent first, and on impact, it shatters into like stained glass window.
Love it. Love everything about it. The second one is going to do the same thing, but at Jude. And it's going to rush towards you, Jude, and make a gore attack at you. A 12 does not hit you, however. It jumps off the upper balcony and lands basically on the table you're standing next to and tries to stomp on you, but you dodge nimbly out of the way. And then the birdfolk skeleton that you're fighting, because we'll go back to the top of the order, is also going to try and stab you. It doesn't have a head anymore, but it's going to just have another go at that. A 9. It's probably because it can't see. Yeah, you just... Nope, not today! And yeah, it's back to the top of the order. Nevermore!
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. I'm going to turn and I'm going to cast a soul bolt at the skeleton that's had its head removed to eliminate someone from the field. And I will just use Firebolt because I don't have soul bolt in my
you don't yet? Oh no, you would have
D&D
that.
Beyond.
Oh,
As
sure.
in, like, I don't have it on my
Yeah,
D&D Beyond, so
No,
I can't
fair
roll.
enough. Yep.
17.
17 does hit.
And I'm going to make it radiant. 8 radiant
damage. Yeah. Let me just check its resistances. Yeah, no, not resistant, but it's not vulnerable to that. However, it does take 8 damage, and the remains of the skeleton shatter, falling to the floor, the book in its hands falling out of its claws. Nevermore, anything else? Are you happy?
That's me. Trish, you okay?
I saw him!
It's your turn.
Okay, is this... I don't know how to ping. Where are the doors?
The doorway would be next to these statues underneath.
Perfect.
There.
Excellent. I think I can get here with my 60 then, if that's
Well,
a
that's
door.
on an upper level, but you could get there with the 60. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Great.
yeah.
Okay, I get there, and I fire an arrow at this bad boy. Disgusting.
here?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Remarkably difficult to find an animated humanoid skeleton of an elk. Find an image of that online. Surprisingly difficult. Short bow. No, unfortunately, it misses, Trish.
Damn.
And it doesn't miss so much as it just passes through its bony structure. Yeah. Hitting bones with arrows is really hard.
And there goes my hope of having a snack.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. There's no meat on these bones.
Sad.
Yeah, you teamed up with these guys right when they started fighting a whole bunch of undead creatures. It's really not your day. Cool.
Yeah.
Jude.
Dude!
Trish, it's worthy to note that you have a bonus action and you can dash as a bonus action.
I don't know. I kind of want to be next to these things, to be honest.
Fair enough. You don't do that then. Very well.
Yep.
Jude's turn.
Jude is still on the floor and this thing is on the table, right?
Yep.
Jude would like to slice upwards from the groin.
You can't reach its groin, Jude.
I
It
get
is
on the table.
the table. Even on the table, you'd struggle. It is easily 12 feet tall. Its groin is probably 6 feet up. So yeah, you can slash at its knees, even its thighs, but the sword isn't long enough to reach its groin. And it doesn't really have much in the way of soft gaps on its groin anyway, so
I just wanted to cut it in half.
it's way too tall for that. But you can certainly try and cut bits of it in half.
I'm going to hack at its legs.
You hack at its legs then. Make an attack roll.
Yes. Hacking at the legs.
Try and bring its groin down to you, Jenga
Yes,
style.
22.
Nice, you hit it. Yes, roll me some damage.
Okie dokie.
14. You roll real good. 14. 14 damage to the giant elk skeleton.
Do I make it shorter?
Yeah, you take a couple of inches off that, you sweep, and its hooves just get separated, and it's now standing on the stumps of its shins, of its calves.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 or 4 more of them, and you'll be certainly within stabbing distance of the groin.
Perfect.
Cool. Benneck.
Well, by the grace of our tech, I must kill him!
Very well.
I will shank.
You what?
I will shank. Shank with my dagger.
Shank with your dagger. Very well. Make a shank attack with the dagger.
Well,
Not so much.
sad.
No.
My shield fades because it's my turn now. And that's it. I'm ready to get gored again.
Yep.
Defensive
Good.
stance.
As it is, it's actually not gonna gore you. This time around, it's gonna try and stomp on you instead with its hoof. A 12.
Nope.
Again, rolling really badly tonight. Let's try the other one, who's now doesn't have a hoof, but is going to try and shin at Jude. 22, Jude. Oh boy.
That hits.
Oh boy. For 18 bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. How's Jude looking?
Bad.
Alrighty. And it's back to the top of the order. Nevermore.
9.
I am going to, looking down at Jude, I'm going to notice that Jude cops a hoof to the face. I'm going to focus my attentions on that large creature. I will cast another Radiant Firebolt because earlier today I used all of my spells, other than one, which I used to cast Mage Armor. So,
This is why you need to work out like I do, Nevermore.
Shut up, Benneck! 19.
19 hits.
5 radiant
5
damage.
radiant damage. Yeah. Yep, it cops 5 more radiant damage. You chip off one of its antlers, and the antler falls directly downwards and narrowly misses Jude. It's like pruning a tree. Right. Any more, or are you happy?
I will
Line out of
move
stuff to do.
further away. 1, 2, 4, 6 to here. So, yeah, cool.
Very well.
I'll move there.
Trish, your turn.
All right, I'm running right up next to Jude. And I say, leave her alone! And hit it with my sword!
You hit it with your sword. A 9 does not hit, unfortunately, but you do have that fancy old dagger.
I sure do have a fancy dagger. Arrgh!
21 hits, and don't forget to add that sneak attack damage.
Hell yes, sneak attack!
Sneak attack! For a further 9, that's good, because the piercing damage was shit. So that does a total of 11 piercing damage. No, nothing cool. Yep, good. Yeah, 11 more damage to this thing. It's copping a good one. Ouch. It's several bones are missing now. You've it's tottering around on the stumps of its shins. It's missing one of its antlers, and you just cut off several of its fingers from its right hand, Trish.
Nice.
Littlefoot, Jude.
I continue hacking.
You do make another attack. That's unfortunate. Not so much. This one, it's because it's struggling to stay upright, because it doesn't have feet anymore, so it's like hobbling backwards and forwards. Like, you know how people stand on stilts?
On stilts,
They have
yeah.
to constantly move to keep their balance? Yeah, it's doing that.
If I move, do they get an opportunity?
They would.
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Sensible. Just rely on that nice high armor save you've got.
All right.
Benneck. Speaking of people who's relying on his armor save. Do it.
Yeah.
No. not so much.
All right, bring it in.
Cool. Nevermore. Can you actually wait just a second? We'll do the giant elk attacks first, I suppose. So one of them is going to hoof at Benneck again, an 11, and the other's going to hoof at Jude, 15. That's the way I always do it. This is bad. Boop. Boom goes the dynamite. For 15 bludgeoning.
To my face again?
Yeah, probably. You're still very much at foot height to it.
I am down.
Dude drops unconscious again for the second time today.
Do you have more potions?
Yeah, don't worry. Trish is right there. It's when it starts raining.
When you grab a fucking skeleton's face.
It wasn't done talking to you, but then you pulled its face off. Cool. Nevermore, it is your turn now. Can you roll me? In fact, no. Omi, please roll me 1d4 in chat. Nevermore, what do you do?
It blasted.
Blasting!
Oh. I will
drop to the floor. 2, that's good. 2 is good.
I will blast this guy here with another soul bolt.
Noted.
Because that is
well done, Omi.
the most effective thing that I have. 23 on the dice.
Very nice.
And I will keep it as a
Happy with Radiant?
Radiant 6.
6 more damage. Look, you're consistent. And it's not looking, you blast out like half a dozen of its ribs. A good portion of its right-hand side is just missing at this point.
And
Cool.
I'm staying right where I am, and I guess, no, that's alright, it's fine.
Trish?
Cool.
All right, I'm pretty sure I still have a potion, so I'm going to pour one into Jude.
Yeah, make sure to keep track of the potions you have, but I think you had 3 to start with. Was it 3 or 4? It was 4.
It was
You had
4,
to break
and
this
this
down.
is my 3rd, so I've got
Yep.
1 left.
I have one too.
I have
Oh,
5.
yeah. Everybody's got all of them except Trish, who is party healer for some reason. Yeah, Jude, Trish, your action is to slap a potion into Jude's mouth.
Yep. And-
Roll 2d4 plus 2, I think.
2d4. Boop.
4 plus 2, 6. Jude,
6.
you gain 6 hit points and wake up.
And I like put my body over her, like shield her physically from this thing.
Yeah. And when
Yeah.
she's lying down on the floor, it's on a table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But noted.
get up and I stab.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
You do that.
It's my turn.
Yeah, it is your
Yep.
turn.
It's your turn.
I wipe the blood from my broken nose. Little
Yeah, punch
Aim
drunk
myself.
Jude stands up,
Ah.
resets her broken nose.
Did I roll a
24. 24. Roll the damage.
I took one swipe.
Divine Smite?
Doesn't. Does she have
Okay.
any hit? It doesn't have any magic left.
Oh, no spells. Oh, no.
No spells.
Rip. Damn it.
Stab,
Didn't you
stab.
use the
But
last two in the
16
last fight?
points of
I
damage.
used that cough for nothing.
16 points of damage. Very nice, Jude. You take out both of its knees. It drops down, so it's now hobbling around on its thigh bones. You are now within stabbing distance of its groin.
Yes.
And it probably can't make a hoof attack anymore because it just doesn't have enough legs left for that.
Yes.
I would say, Jude, that you have halved its movement. Not that it's trying to run.
Jude is
Uh,
proud.
Benneck, it's your turn. You
Is
good
it
to
place-
continue your dance?
Yeah. Is the place flammable?
No, it's made of stone mostly. There's a lot of flammable stuff in it.
Awesome. I'm gonna try something different and
But
cast
where you
Great
are is mostly
Bonfire
stone. Yeah,
at
sure,
its
you do that.
feet.
Yep. For a deck save, no
And-
damage.
Uh,
Okay.
in this 5-foot square. I'll draw it, I guess.
A deck save. It gets a 9. Looks like it cops 7 fire damage.
I've been doing this all day.
You set it on fire a bit. A bonfire leaps up and scorches its groin and everything below it. Because it's a 5-foot bonfire. And yeah, nicely done. Giant elf's turn.
This
I'm
is
going
my
to roll
fire,
Jude's one
Josh.
first this time. It's actually going to attack Trish, however, this time and it's going to try and gore you, Trish.
Ouch.
Nat 20.
Ouch.
Really lucky it didn't run towards you, otherwise that would have been much worse. 18 piercing damage from its one remaining antler. As it
Goodness.
cops you a good side of the head. And can you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Oh, yep. Yes, I can. Good thing I'm shit at strength.
Yeah, you go flying and get knocked to the ground. You actually fly 5 feet away and get knocked to the ground. You are prone.
Ow.
The one that's on fire, on the other hand, Benneck, is
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
going to try and stomp on you again. Doesn't like being on fire at all. 11, yeah. You can
No.
hit the others. All the other one's real good. I'm really good stuff when that one dies, but it does, however, move out of the fire.
That's fair. I respect that.
Right. Because of Omi's roll, 1 turn until Nevermore's reinforcements arrive. It is the top of the round. Nevermore.
You guessed it. Another one of those.
Boom. Whip it out.
I regret using all of my spell slots. Or do I? 19.
No, you saved Jude's life by doing that.
9
19 for
radiant
9.
damage.
It collapses into a pile of broken bits on top of a pile of broken bits that constituted the case that it's standing on.
Get to Benneck.
It's
And
alright,
I'll
take
point,
time.
and I'll point across because obviously Benneck's up on the balcony.
Yeah.
Are you on the balcony or you are underneath it?
He's on the balcony.
Yeah.
On the balcony, so I'll point just in case they can't see.
Very well. You do that. Trish.
All right, I'm gonna move.
You could probably get there, to be honest.
Could I? Hell yeah.
You could.
All the way
right,
here?
It's 35 feet up to there, and then another 20 feet along there. You could, if you use your bonus action to dash, you could totally get there.
Why not? Why the hell
you could-
not?
Or you could move up there. You could
You're
move
gonna
up to
die.
the side
I can
and
do
shoot
this
it
all
with an
day.
arrow instead. You would get your sneak attack with the arrow because he's next to it.
Oh.
One way or the other, you're only going to get a single attack. because you'll be using your bonus action to move there.
I'm not having good luck with the arrows because these guys are all bones, so I'm going to get right up next to him and hit him with my sword.
Yeah, you do that. 18, yeah, hits. Roll me that damage with that sneak attack.
Hell yeah.
As the badly burnt one, cops 16. Very nice.
Whoop whoop.
This is, yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, very nice. 16 damage takes it down to that much. All right. Jude.
Jude would like to pick up the book that had fallen and put it in her backpack.
Noted.
If that is a whole action, that is okay.
Use an object is an action.
Yes.
So, yeah. But you still have a bonus action and a move if you like.
I'm going to go. How tall is the balcony? Is it like a whole story?
It's a floor. It's probably 15 feet.
I'm just gonna move closer to the upstairs.
Very well. So towards the top, like up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I can get.
Yep, you do that.
And I guess for my bonus action, I'm just gonna stipulate I might like take out a javelin.
Sure. Noted. You change weapons. Okay. Benneck, it's your turn.
I'll shank it again. gonna keep the fire there to like block his escape.
Okay, you're not gonna move it? Very well.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna shank it.
This dagger of yours, it's not great against the bony knees of a giant elk.
Everything about I hate this.
It's your dagger is probably designed for carving meat. This thing has no meat. You just don't know how to cut stuff that doesn't have meat.
I'm very disappointed in this state.
Even the shadow you sort of had meat.
I can't kill it. It can't kill me. But I mean,
it's not gonna. It just got stabbed in the back by Trish, and it's far more angry about that. It's gonna stomp on Trish.
All right.
23. Fine. Amusingly, that would have hit Benneck.
Yeah, that one actually would have hit me.
Trish, you take 16 bludgeoning.
Oh, fun!
It stomps on you. We go back to the top of the order.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, you go.
Ragnar, Spina, and Grand Attack. Can you roll me 1d10 in chat, please?
Is this artillery fire from? Oh no.
At the doorway, you see a sweaty-looking Strig in the robes of a war mage. It's Rusty. Rusty and two of his mates. It's like, Nevermore! Sorry, I only managed to get a couple of my students. And then the three of them, as one, line up, just sort of right arm forward. There is a Mapatch student and a... What have we got? 2 on the dice. A 10 on the dice. And a 10 on the dice.
Ragnar... Well, no, you're okay.
Defense and a 2.
Ragnar and Spina both got a 10, and then we got a 2 from...
No, Ragnar and Spina got 10, Ragnar got 2. Yeah.
Cool. In which case, 22 damage. This is fire damage, because they're all casting Firebolt at this thing. It cops 22 fire damage. As a trio of firebolts just smack into it. From Rusty and his magical artillery. One is a Mapatch, and the other is a Luma. And they're both wearing similar robes to Rusty. It's like, we got you, boy! Keep the fire on! And it's your turn, Nevermore. I don't have minis for them because I did not expect you to ask them.
Another 5 radiant damage as I cast a bolt and add it to the mix.
You do that. It takes a further 5 radiant damage.
That's me.
Trish.
I am puffing and panting because I am not doing good.
If you have to get away,
3 hit
then it's
points
fine.
But I'm smacking it with my sword.
Oh, you crazy girl.
Oh, double crit!
Double crit?
Trish, roll me. Don't forget that sneak attack, because that crits 2.
That's right, baby!
Fuck me.
Oh!
And boom goes the dynamite. That's 24. And you know what, Trish? How do you do this?
I take my sword in both hands and I jump as high as I can in the air and just stab downwards through him.
Trish, you leap and then you leap up and then jump off the bench next to you to add height to this leap. You probably get 12 feet off the ground and then bring your sword into between the shoulder blades of this creature and just sever its spine. And as you fall, it falls and the whole thing just crumbles beneath you. And it dies. And Trish, you are standing there badly bleeding, surrounded by the slain bones of your enemies.
Oh my god, I take that back. God damn.
I hate skeletons!
You know, same, but I think for different reasons.
Is everybody all right?
Rusty. Oh
Was
boy.
it a trap?
It potentially might not have been a trap, but one of our people acted a little bit rashly, and we'll be speaking to them shortly.
What?
You, Jude, I'm talking about you.
I
You
thought
grabbed
Rusty-
the face. We were trying to talk, and you reached up and grabbed its face.
Judy wasn't talking with a beak. I thought it might be a fake beak.
Oh, Jude, I'm gonna have to keep you away from people in the future.
What? No.
Seriously.
No.
So there was another individual here, a robed, cloaked individual. I didn't get a proper look. I don't know if anybody else did, but they fled the scene.
Very well.
Trish, did you get a look when you ran out?
I did. Nevermore, can I have a word?
Sure.
And then I say,
And we will go for a break there.
okay.
Go.
Welcome back to Roll for Damage, where we've just had a bit of a fight. Yeah, some combat, minor combat in a basically a museum. Oh God, what are you doing? You should never give Jude toys. Like this, the trick is that AJ is so deeply endued at any one point. All right, Trish, you were saying.
Nevermore. I almost got them, but they jumped off the edge of the platform, and because I don't have wings or magic, they got away. But I did see that they were definitely a Corvum. I think we need to make a list of all the Corvum teachers, students, everyone.
I understand exactly what you're saying. First of all, it sucks that you're inferior to me. Second of, because you don't have wings. Second of all, unfortunately, and I know you're going to hate this place even more, but you can kind of mask your appearance to make yourself look like other people with like illusion spells. And we know that Nightseed is being framed for this. So potentially this person has masked their appearance to make themselves look like a Corvum. So that's just a thought, but it is a great start. I definitely do think we need to deal and speak to Nightseed, and maybe the Dean and Rusty and Ravanya all together as one big group and just finally get all the professors together. So everybody's...
You want me to do all of those fucking accents
Every
at
single one.
once?
I think we need to get the professors together because so far we've been put from one professor to the next, to the next, to the next. I think this is crap. And I think there needs to be a plan from the higher ups, if you think about it.
Is it possible?
But that's just a thought. Maybe God will lead me in another
You
direction.
hear Irilith going, this is a stupid plan and you shouldn't do it. You should meet them all
you're right.
individually with a good 20 minutes in between.
That's a great idea.
What
Thank
are you whispering about?
Okay,
Yeah, what's
so
happening over
yeah,
there?
we'll walk back across.
Thanks, Amy.
First of all, Rusty, Do you trust these two? Rusty?
What? What?
Do you trust these two?
Yeah, of course I am trusting them. Boy, I trust them as much as I trust you.
Oh God,
This
you
is
must trust them a
Shylock.
lot.
This is Shylock, and this one here is Samson.
Jennifer, Samson, got it. So,
Name there, and a Shakespeare reference. There we are.
here's what's happened. We come in here. There's what turns out to be a skeleton holding a book. Where is that book, by the way?
I got it. It's in my backpack.
Oh, do you mind if I have a quick look at that, Jude?
Of course.
Thank you.
Isn't this something we could be doing back in our room? Maybe just the 3 or 4 of us?
Okay, so here's the thing. We have Rusty here, and Rusty is like pretty much one of the most powerful wizards that I know.
One of the best at blowing shit up.
Yes, potentially, other than my father.
I do not know, Rusty, but I just want to say, what if Rusty is the bad guy? No offense, Rusty.
I guarantee you Rusty's not the bad guy.
How do you know?
Because I just came and saved you.
Oh, what if that's the ploy, though?
Yeah.
Or you already knew about the meeting, and you are here, and you suspiciously knew that we would win, so you made yourself a good guy. There is
Why
argument
the
for both
fuck
sides.
did they give her a detective badge? Of all the badges they gave her,
I'm a really good detective.
Why did they give her a detective badge? Okay.
I knew this was happening because Nevermore told me.
I need some air. I'm going outside.
Look,
Let's
you
go
guys,
outside,
Nevermore, you go get your house in order and we'll talk in the morning, all right? I don't take any offense, it's all right.
Okay,
I'm just kidding, by the way.
we'll do that. We'll
Sir
do that.
Rusty.
Let's deal with this, and we'll talk to you soon, Rusty.
Oh, good, thanks. That was fun.
And thanks for coming to save us.
Yeah, it's all good. Come on, Samson, let's go get a drink.
Are you okay, Trish?
No, I am not okay. This is very frustrating. I don't know who to trust, and as soon as I think I've got some kind of answers, they just slip away, and it's driving me mad. I'm going to look for clues around where that Corvum jumped off the platform. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a great idea.
I can help with
Call out
that.
if you need us.
Sure.
Okay.
Jude, do you mind keeping a guard over me as I read through this book?
Okay. Trish, here is a health potion.
Thanks, Jude.
You gave me
Yeah.
one, so
I mean, you can have one of mine as well. I've got 5 of them now.
I might take one.
No, Trish. I'll hand it to Trish. Do you want one as well, Jude? Fine.
Yes.
Have one as well. Okay, and I'll hand out 2 healing potions.
Okay.
Thanks.
So Nevermore has 3. Trish has 3. Jude has 4.
I have one. I gave it to Trish.
So now you have 1 again.
And now I have one again. And I'm going to
Okay.
drink it.
What did
so
you
now I
use
have-
them on?
When did I get health potions?
You remember when you got
We
like a baker's
bought it.
dozen
Hey,
of them
We
from
got
Yeah.
13 of them.
I got
Eliza?
one.
No, you
No,
got
you did-
4.
You
Yeah, we got
You got 4. I posted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 4.
You
Trish
just
got
start
4.
drinking them like-
I had 5.
I've got 3 then.
Okay, beautiful.
You're
start
welcome
reading
to
through the
roll
book.
that healing. Trish, make a
Can I help with this?
investigation check, and Benneck is helping you, so you get advantage.
All right.
16 is exactly the DC.
Okay.
You find
Ooh.
about 15 feet away from the edge of the terrarium a heavy vellum scroll. It bears necromantic symbols. You know nothing more than, to you, they just look like runes, but they look like unhealthy runes. Like they look, if you had to characterize the way a letter looks, a letter that from a language you don't know, you would say it looked evil.
Okay. Good to know. I
If
put
you
it in my
show it
pocket.
to Benneck, he would be able to confirm that these are necromantic.
Oh
Okay.
yes, the evil font the necromancers use.
Okay.
I want to be clear, it's not.
It's
This
hell,
is-
Vetica.
It's no, it's Comic Sans.
No, necromancers, why?
No, I want to be clear. It is not. It is no different than any other kind of magical writing, Benneck. But it feels wrong.
Okay.
It has a necromantic aura to it, which you can determine relatively easily.
It's a necromancy.
But you
stench.
can't tell what it says. You can't tell what it would do. You're not a specialist. So yeah, you pocket it, Trish. Nevermore, you have a look at the book.
Yes, I do. Again, casting my eye over it beforehand, just to make sure it's not going to explode as I open it.
No, it is a handsomely bound book in dark red leather.
Yeah.
It has a gold leaf title down the spine. It is the it is a copy of a book you've read before, Nevermore. If they were a favorite of yours from when you were a child, of an investigator, a detective, who could derive a huge amount of meaning from a very small amount of information. And his speciality was taking information, like just observing and then deriving conclusions and solutions from that. And he was extremely renowned and capable. And there was a whole series of books. Yeah, you can. It's a fictional novel.
I'm going to hold it by the spine and shake it to see if there's any loose papers stuffed in it.
There is not.
Well, fuck, we've got a kid's little bloody storybook.
Well, it's an adult novel. It's just an adult storybook.
Okay, so it's not even an actual proper book. Wonderful.
It's a clue, Nevermore. A clue.
Nevermore, when she says it's a clue, it occurs to you, no, it's a piss take.
I just, honestly, it's a book about somebody who tries to investigate things and gathers a lot of information from very little, and it's nothing. It's honestly nothing, Jude. It's just a book.
It's called The Vulpin of the Feathervilles.
Vulpin of the Feathervilles. Look, let's go find Trish and Benneck. Maybe they have something. This is a fucking waste of time. Like, what was the point of this?
Book?
Sure, whatever. Pass the book to you.
Yeah.
And
Jude now has the book.
Jude.
What?
There needs to be a different approach we take when we deal with situations when we're trying to talk things through. You can't just go up to somebody and grab their face. And I understand that their beak wasn't moving, but they were still talking to us. Right? Were they talking to us?
Yes, but they were lying.
Okay, so here's my question to you, Jude. How would you feel if someone came up to you while you were talking, you had this cool little hood on, and they came up to you and they grabbed your ears? Would you feel good about that?
Was I wearing fake ears?
Wasn't a fake beard.
With what I'm saying is we need to just see if we can talk things through before we just go stab.
Okay.
Please just have a little bit more faith in words. And I understand that when it comes to stabbing, there's nobody better than you, but there are other ways of getting information, and we could have maybe gotten a little bit more information. So
What if you said the book was a joke? What if everything was a joke, Nevermore?
do you mean the meeting as a whole, or?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it all could have been a joke, obviously. Yeah, you're right. It could have been. It could have been a trap. It could have been a joke. Who knows what the hell this was?
I will try and not stab as quickly, but I thought it was a trap. So I was seeing whether it was a trap. And I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm sorry as well for I don't know what, but I'm sorry. Let's go. that's a Nevermore apology if I've ever heard one.
Pretty good. Yeah, that's as good as he actually said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what did Helvig get? Fuck all.
Shut up, Helvig. Get off my bed.
Go to sleep now.
I sit there with Trish and not really say anything unless the vibe is like really moody.
Sure. Trish comes back in with Benneck walking a couple of paces behind. Trish, you've got a vellum scroll in your pocket. Do you share that information?
It's just us in here, yeah?
Yeah.
Rusty's gone?
Rusty's
Yeah.
gone.
Nevermore, I found this outside. Does it mean anything to you?
You're welcome to have a look. And
I'll probably. Okay. Yep. Sure.
If you like.
What do you make of it, Benneck?
It has the evil font.
Ah, yes.
Your eye, Nevermore. Your Iralath eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's necromancy. It retains. In fact, through your Iralath eye, those runes move. In much the same way, like you're aware that when they're magically active, runes can move. These ones have that similar runic quality of retaining a small amount of their magical essence that they contained before. It's a bound spell that you cast with the scroll. The scroll was used to cast, presumably, the spell that awakened the two elk that you fought.
Animate dead or whatever.
Yeah, quite a powerful one though, because that would not be normally enough to animate a pair of large skeletons. But you'll note that it was done at short range. This had to be done quite close. If the person who laid the trap could have done it from a distance, they probably would have.
So
they didn't.
Here's something that I've noticed with your, mentioning the fact that there was a corvum. Did the corvum fly away with wings, or did the corvum cast a spell?
Bit of both. They did that soaring thing you guys do, and then just.
It was gliding, but it was definitely using its wings to direct its travel, but it was flying in the way. It was flying, not gliding.
Never mind.
That was the trick.
Look, it's definitely a spell scroll, quite high level.
Trish, it's not the spell scroll from the spell that gave it fly. It's not that spell. Yeah.
Okay. I've just had a thought. Whoever set this trap knew that we were looking for missing pages. We need to think back who we asked about the paper. Who knows we were looking for missing pages? Maybe that'll help us narrow things down.
The library men and the skin men.
Yeah, the
flamingo.
I mean, Mordain probably told a bunch of clerks to go looking for books for us as well.
Didn't
you
they
have,
die,
but they're basically it's the scribes.
The scribes know. Mordain knows. Mordain has, however, has said he's going to get to the bottom of who's damaging all of his books. You've definitely told Dean Winsworth, but several other investigation has begun. So the information has certainly percolated around the avium. Any of the scribe students that help you would be aware, and they're not on lockdown about what they can and can't talk about when they're not helping you. So they could have told anyone. At this point, it's not a bad thought, and it might limit the field a bit, but not hugely.
When the dean said we could give lectures, I would love to give a lecture to these wizards on the value of discretion.
I mean, there's no
reasonable.
guarantee that they all went out and said, like, oh, we're trying to help the defenders of Alderheart, but the books keep being vandalized whenever we find one. That being said, this is probably one of the more interesting things that happens to them on a semi-regular basis. So they might have, their friends are like, so why did you spend the day with the defenders of Alderheart in the library? How was that? How was that?
This place is fucked, isn't it?
Yep. Sorry, but yep.
Come on, man.
A little.
No, it is Benneck. Like, what a fucking nightmare it's been since we've gotten here. Came here for information, get attacked on the road by skeletons. Pages have been ripped out of the books that we need. And now somebody bloody draws us out into freaking darkness and midnight and tries to freaking kill us.
Yeah, no.
We
it hasn't been pleasant, has it?
We have one final lead from everything that we've learned today, and that is down in the library. Down. I'm talking like potentially other tunnels that haven't been explored for a while. As we know at this point in time, this is built on quite an old place, and there are tunnels and stuff. There's stuff that was here probably before the avium that hasn't been used by the avium for a long time, and who knows what's down there. So, I mean, Ravanya might have seen something. I think potentially we could talk to Ravanya again, but I mean,
Nevermore.
Yeah.
Whoever it is knew we were coming to the avium to research, but everyone knew we were coming, right? But they would have known about Helvig.
Which is also famous news.
And the particular research we were going to go after?
It's well enough known what you're trying to achieve. So the avenues of research would be limited.
Are you
heading back to your rooms?
Yeah, we'll make our way back to our rooms as we're like walking and talking.
Are you trying to suggest that this person knows about like the power of Master Helvig?
I think so.
I didn't know that.
You get back to your rooms, and Korvax Ravanya is sitting in one of the chairs, sipping a boiling hot cup of tea in your lounge area. There is a pot of freshly brewed tea on the table. It says, I felt that I thought that you would want to talk to me. I have an interesting observation.
Yes.
Want to know something? I've only been here for 2 minutes. He chuckles. He says, before that, I was scrying at Rusty's request on the forest terrarium.
Oh, good old Rusty. See, Rusty's.
See?
Hey, wait, Rusty's a good one. See, trust Rusty. Thank you, Ravanya. Tell us.
Rusty is good egg. Unfortunately, whoever was there, I cannot scry.
Non-detection.
They are warded, personally warded, which is interesting. You can eliminate any of the students. There is not a student in this college who has a power to create a ward strong enough that I cannot pierce it.
I know of that spell and I can't cast it. That's just from researching my journeyments.
Ex-students? Potentially?
Of course.
Are there any ex-students here?
Most of the faculty are ex-students.
Sorry, Jude, what were you about to say?
I think we should create a list. And then we get you, she points at Ravanya, to scry on every single person on the list and see if you can.
It's a great idea.
She can't scry on the towers. We already had this.
What about during the day when all the lecturers are teaching?
This is an interesting point. However, I would note this sort of thing, you can turn it off and on. They would only want to not be witnessed when they are doing something suspicious. If they are teaching, then it is no need for them to hide because they're in a room full of people.
Well,
all these are good thoughts. I am sorry, I am just shooting them down.
What if we could make them do something suspicious? What if we set some kind of trap, and whilst we're doing the trap, you scry everyone to rule them out?
What do you have in mind? I assume you are trusting me.
Something public, like an assembly?
Something to bait them into attacking us.
Such as?
What are you trying to say? Like we're trying to pretend we have a breakthrough or an epiphany and we didn't need the pages?
Yeah.
All right.
And we could say, we could tell students that are the scribes that we think are spreading all the information.
Okay, yeah.
But we don't tell anybody else.
No, yeah, of course. Like, it's defender business. Like, you don't have to say the specifics.
A good plan.
We wait.
And
but
see.
It has to be during the day, so they're not in their towers.
We also can't control when they're going to decide to act upon the information.
Nevermore, you've been rather quiet.
Everything is pointing towards a night seed. And we've spoken to Night Seed. And
what did she say?
Both Trish and I got the distinct impression that everything is being pointed towards Night Seed. Almost on purpose. Not almost on purpose. On purpose. Night Seed is being framed. That is what it indicated. However, everything does point towards Night Seed. I think that we should have Night Seed taken in. Now, on the premise that Night Seed is made aware of the fact that it's almost as if we're taking Night Seed in to detention or whatever, like taking Night Seed under,
interrogation.
And locked away or whatever, interrogation, whatever it may be. Yes, true.
Make a big show of it.
Yes, correct. And make the person or the individual who is doing
confident
this think
that you found the killer.
Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to point the finger at Night Seed.
Killer?
So if they think that we have gone for the bait and taken Night Seed, maybe it will reveal the next stage of their plan.
An interesting idea. You will, of course, have to tell Night Seed.
And I'm sure Night Seed will.
I'm sure Gilda will be okay with this. So you have taken me into your confidence. I appreciate it.
You're fucking awesome, man. So, like,
if I wanted to get away with it, I hope you think I could.
Yeah, really, no debating.
Yes. So I do not believe it is Night Seed. It could be. It could be because everything.
And if it is,
Night
then
Seed.
you have taken her into custody.
Exactly. And then nothing more happens because Night Seed's in custody. However, if something else does happen, it's clearly not Night Seed. And I really do think we need to be looking down in the library because that, again, is somewhere that you are unable to scry.
What do you think they're using it as, like, a place to hide?
It is probably the best place in the whole school to do so. unmapped mostly. Mordain is the only one who has a decent idea of the layout.
I'm gonna ask the beast about it.
But you know he loves that nickname.
I just
That's
want
great.
to mention that the Flamingo Man is the only lecturer that would know of the missing pages.
The scribe
Outside of
master.
Mordain,
I have heard from my students that you are looking for missing pages.
Oh,
And
fuck's
Josh
sake.
would remind AJ that you have already discussed this in this conversation. And that any teacher could have found and have heard that from any student.
I think that needs to be the first step, is to get Nightseed brought in. And then they either reveal another part of their plan, or we start exploring the library. Because everything points to down there. The link that you felt with Jordan, Jude, that was pointing down. That was leading you down towards the library. The skeletons, they left Placenta and went straight towards the library.
and the monster was crawling upwards.
Correct.
And retreated back down. In fact, and retreated back down.
Would the bone that we have from it, can we track it with this?
Provided it is not in a wooded area.
Which it probably will be if
Oh,
it's
I
in the
thought-
library.
I thought Nightseed said it was only like. I guess because Ravania's so fucking awesome, and that's his whole shtick, I guess.
Gilder would not. She would be tracking the aura, the essence, the necromantic, what it is. I would be tracking the rest of the creature that it came from.
Oh, like, yeah, all right. I was gonna say like the voodoo.
Be honest with us, Ravania. You are aware of our abilities, the four of us. Someone who can cast this level of magic that we're encountering, bringing to life the elk skeletons and casting spells that avoid detection and magical scrying.
How was the elk skeletons done?
Through a magical scroll.
Yeah, can we show
Animated
you?
through a scroll within sight.
Well, that would be a part of the answer to your question. How did it fly away? Did it cast a spell?
Again through a scroll.
You are noticing a pattern here.
Are you
So they
saying
don't
that
have
those were the
access-
missing pages?
They cannot cast magic without scrolls?
You were
Yes, they-
attacked in the library before. What was that attacked you?
From a scroll. Yes.
From a scroll. Either the thing that is hounding you, and this scroll, Josh is reminding you, it's not a scroll. It was from a book.
Okay. It was ripped out from a book. Yeah.
Where would you find that spell in a book?
Library?
Well,
Yeah, the
obviously,
little library.
well, unless you go into that,
The Necronomicon, which is missing.
yes. It occurs to me that you have never seen, and this, I mean, admittedly, you cannot see a person casting magic at you unless you see the person. But this person is either not a wizard or they are saving their magic for later. But it is far easier to cast a higher level spell from a scroll than it is to actually just cast it with your own reserves.
I have almost died twice today.
You are tired. I should let you sleep. This is a good plan. I suggest, as one who can see the future to some degree, you would be better at activating it in 9 hours' time.
Wait, activate what? Oh shit, I missed something.
Your trap, your plan.
Oh, yeah, all right.
He is Benneck, because you're sort of keen and attuned to this. He is returning to his normal color, but he is still his feathers are still quite pale, and he looks still quite a bit older than he normally does. But he's getting younger again.
I do a jovial shoulder punch, like, oh, for you.
He feels rather frail underneath still. Yeah. And he finishes his tea and he says, enjoy the tea.
Can I just talk to you out? Can I talk to you out in the hallway, Ravanya, please?
Of course.
Thank you. And I'll step out into the hallway.
He bows goodnight to Trish and Jude and nods to Benneck.
Peace.
When I asked you about my eye and I said weal or woe and pointed at my eye, up until that point in time you seemed fine, but then you kind of visibly weakened. Is there something you saw that I need to know?
The mixture of, I told you then that I can't see past the choice I don't understand. The future is not set. Most of it is probability. Prognostication is more often than not a weighing of possible futures. Your future and the future of the being in your eye there are too many paths, all of them likely, for me to follow all of them. The act of normally studying a person does not cost me so much, and it's impossible to know before I do it whether or not it will. You have a burden of a large future, much potential, Nevermore, son of Lazarus.
Speaking of, would you be able to do me a favor?
I will try.
Can you see if you can find where my father is? Not now, I understand.
I will scry him on the morrow. Why are you concerned for him?
I think he's gotten himself into some trouble. He came to me in a dream, and in this dream, he was trapped by some beings. It's like were they infernals, or
it would be hard to say. They look like Lady Colvin and up until
okay, yeah. So I'll describe what I saw in my dream.
Vaguely demonic.
And he told me not to come looking for him. And I've kind of put it out of my mind.
What was your father trying to do last you saw him?
Apparently he was trying to deal with the Scorched Grove.
And the last contact you know of him, where was it? Without a physical part of something of his, I need to know somewhere to look.
Lord,
do you have anything of his on you? A token, a thing of him?
I would probably have something on me. I would say I have the little rose, one of the little rose, actually my necklace. I have my necklace, don't I? Yeah, I'll hand him my necklace. My father gifted this to me.
This will probably do. I will see.
Thank you. And I'll bow deeply. Thank you for your time. And then I'll step back into the room.
Before Nevermore comes back in, Jude is going to like angry stomp around and just be like, Nevermore is always going off on little conversations with other people.
All right, okay. Did you just want to like know stuff? Or is this about the secret thingy?
Well, I got told off when I did what I wanted, but every time Nevermore wants a secret conversation, I just have to stand there.
Right. No, I get it. I think looks over at Trish like, please help.
I think the difference is that he lets us know before he does it.
Did he just then? No.
But it was obvious what he was doing.
You know what? I'm too tired to do this.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I don't know, man. Maybe he's talking about the thing in his eyeball. That seems like a very sensitive subject. Or maybe it's just something like really sensitive. Like, what if he's got like, I don't know, like
Syphilis.
a rash? Yeah, that's just like he's embarrassed about and he doesn't like want you guys to know. Because surely he has a good reason to not tell you, and he seems like a very prideful person. So I imagine that what he's talking to Ravanya about is like embarrassing.
I don't know. Everything is so confusing and I don't understand. And I keep saying things, but it's always the wrong thing.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm glad that you grabbed that beak. I thought that was a good idea. I was gonna throw light in there, but one of my biggest regrets is not doing the thingy while we were there, like talking to the dude and saying like Professor Nazi and see where it pointed at.
That would have been smart, yeah.
Yeah, I regretted not doing that. I was just like really in it to kill the guy.
Oh, hi, Nevermore.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I just had to talk to Ravanya about my eye and my father.
Not a
You learn
rash.
anything?
Well, my eye, not really. He didn't really tell me anything at all. And as for my father, I gave him my necklace, and I'll just like pull up my beard. I don't have a beard. I'll like lift and you'll see that my necklace is gone. And I asked him if he'd scribe for my father because I still do think he might be in trouble. So, what did I miss?
We were just talking
No.
about double standards and being honest with each other.
Oh,
And you just
okay.
slow fade away into my corner of the room.
Right.
Look,
yeah.
I think it's a good idea for us all to be suspicious of every professor in this school from now on. I respect that you know these people, Nevermore, but something is clearly up, and we've been at this for a while, and our current approach is not working. So I think we should just be extremely cautious of everyone at this point.
Got it. Is there
I will take
anybody at
first
all-
watch because I'm not comfortable sleeping here anymore.
That's reasonable.
Right.
I am angry that everything you decide to do is okay, but everything I decide to do is a mistake.
Okay. So
I
you're
didn't-
saying that I'm being too hard on you?
No,
Bossing
you're
you? or-
just being very confident in what you think is right. I don't know if Rusty can be trusted, but you adamantly went to go and talk to him, even though we all talked about how we didn't know if that was right. I'm just angry that I cannot help and that everything I do is bad.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, and I'm sorry I talked shit about you in front of people, and I didn't handle that well. I have been here before. I've spent a lot of time here in this college, in the Avium. I only have a relationship truly with one person here, and that's Rusty. It's the only person I have a true relationship with in terms of him being my teacher. And I would trust Rusty with my life just as much as I would trust the two of you with my life. And you, of all people, should know that I would trust fucking nobody with my life. So I vouch for Rusty. That's me. And if you don't believe, then you're entitled not to believe. But I'm not going to be pointing any fingers at Rusty. Everybody else, though, I 100% agree. We can't really trust anybody. I mean, the dean's brought us in here and given us all this information and pointed us in all these directions. I mean, why would the dean be doing all this kind of stuff? Ravanya seems to know everything. Is a Corvum. Maybe Ravanya's fucking with us. Maybe it is Nightseed. I don't even know anymore. Maybe we should just, like, leave and try to deal with this ourselves. We're not getting anything here, really. If you think about it, what have we gained since we've gotten here to help with the situation?
I don't want to leave because my brother is tied to this monster. And what if it does that to more students?
Jude's right. We can't leave.
Plus, they're getting rid of pages that we need, that we need in order to save the grove. They're sabotaging the grove, potentially.
Ooh.
That's something I've been thinking about too. Who stands to benefit from keeping the grove the way it is?
I would remind you, they're not destroying the information. They're just keeping it from you.
Yeah.
As the dean pointed out, if they just wanted the information gone, they could just destroy the book or hide the book.
Yeah.
Instead, they have torn the thing out of the book so that you can have the book. You just can't have the relevant information in the book.
Yeah, I think Jude is just saying it's
Oh, I know. I'm just making a point. I'm reminding.
I mean,
why don't you sleep on it?
Yeah, let's sleep on it. We'll discuss again first thing in the morning. Benneck,
All right.
you're right there.
No, I haven't been watching.
You're a great liar, Benneck.
I do. Let's go to
Really?
sleep. Thank you, Trish. Trish, you can wake me up in whatever time, and I'll do second watch.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I give
Alrighty.
Trish a hug.
Whatever happens, hey, you guys give me a good review.
Look, as long as you're not bringing skeletons to life, you're doing a great job.
Yeah,
Right.
he's on PAL advisor, fourth person advisor. Cool. Nevermore, make me an Arcana check, please, for the night.
I reckon this is gonna be really low.
Not bad. Nevermore, while you're sitting the second watch, a sleepy voice says in your head, "The plan's not a bad one. It does, however, occur to me that if they're here for a reason. They could just be trying to slow you down.
You're saying this
What
could
a-
be time sensitive.
I'm just saying, what are they trying to achieve?
Making us run in circles and chase our tails at the moment.
Sure, but what are they trying to achieve while you do that?
Fucked if I know. Could
They're
be
in
anything.
the library. She says, her voice is fading away, like it's given her all the strength she has just to make this point to you. As the voice fades away, she says, "They are in the library." Cool. You have a long rest. Recover all your spell slots and your hit points and stuff.
Yay!
Hit points.
The point she was making, Jude, is what would one want to do in a library?
Parkour.
Yeah, evidently. Cool. What do you do the following day?
Well,
Library.
how many hours has it been? We were told to bring it 9 hours since we last said.
Well, yeah, you would need to sleep for 9 to get a long rest for the 4 of you.
Yeah, immediately.
Nevermore, you've asked him to do something, so he would have information for you and your necklace back, which you'd probably like in the morning if you'd like that. Or you can go together.
I mean, we could all go to see the dean and get Nightseed brought in and get all that put into motion, I guess.
Wouldn't we have to talk to Nightseed first?
I don't even know anymore.
Okay, so what I should say
I
is
had a really bad sleep. And voices in my head again.
Your two-faced monster?
Yeah, apparently we're supposed to go to the library. Apparently whatever we're dealing with is in the library.
No,
I feel like we already knew that.
Yeah, it wasn't what she meant. I don't know if you're playing with that, but that's not what she meant.
I have no idea.
We could go to the library.
Well,
I could do some detective work and see what I could find.
yeah, I get to change my spells.
Nevermore, you do remember that Nevermore and Benneck, Gilda Nightseed has offered to help you copy some spells into your spell book to make you better prepared to deal with these things. She offered that help so that you could track down whatever it is that's doing the thing. You were both allowed to copy either one 3rd level spell that you can't cast yet because you're only 4th level, or 2 spells of 1st and 2nd level.
Okay.
That would be, she said, mid-morning, I think she said. So you could go and have breakfast and then go up and see Corvax, or Trish and Jude could go and see Corvax while you go and talk to Gilda, like however you want to do it.
Who is Corvax?
Corvax Ravania,
The diviner.
Divination.
the divination teacher.
Nevermore, you should go to Rivania and get your necklace. I would like to go and talk to Nightseed.
I'm gonna go there to learn something like around mid-morning if you want to come with.
Yeah. And then maybe we go to the library.
You do still have some more research to do as well down there, it's worth noting. Like your study assistants will be down there working away even if you're not. So, but it'll take them longer to uncover stuff without you.
Aside from that stuff, do you guys want me to do anything? I'm supposed to be helping you out.
You're helping by being with us, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll go see Rivania, see if Ravania's seen anything new. Well, I guess we'll meet you guys at the library or something at midday, say.
Okay. Trish, where do you go?
That's a good question. I'm going to take another medicine lesson because I feel like I want to do something useful.
Okay. There wouldn't really be, that's an evening class sort of thing.
That's an evening class. I'm going to go straight to the library then. I'm going to read.
You're going to go and do some more. Were you researching conjuration or elementals?
Well, I was kind of doing a bit all over the place. I think I was mostly doing the Scorched Grove generally.
Oh, sure. Very well. Cool. All right. Benneck,
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
I'll go with
Yes,
Nevermore
God.
first. Actually, we'll just do these last actions and then we'll wrap it up. So Nevermore, you go to Ravania, and he the door is closed to his office, but when you get to it, he says, "Come in," before you can knock, and he actually, as you get to it, he opens it. He says, "I am sorry. Your father is warded."
Seems to be a thing now, doesn't it?
Does. If he is in trouble, that is not surprising, but it does not necessarily mean he's in trouble.
Can I have the necklace back, please?
He hands it back to you like he would have handed it back to you straight away.
I just need you to know that you're on the list of suspects. And I'm going to turn around and walk away before he says anything.
He smiles and he doesn't respond, but he smiles and just like he's very much on the you would, if you wanted to encipher it at all, it's somewhere between if I had done anything wrong, I wouldn't have anything to fear. Yeah. And even if I had done something wrong, you wouldn't find the stuff that I've done wrong, because I know exactly where you'd look. Yeah, he smiles in a way of like, that's genuinely charming. You think you could catch me? Cool.
Back of my head.
Yeah,
got it.
He does. Cool. Then Trish, you go down to the library and do some more research. You've pretty much exhausted all the information you need to find out about the Scorched Grove and the beginnings of the Great Calamity. You're on to, it's either elementals or conjuration magic is what you're getting deep into now. Elementals, because I think last time you said you want to know how to murder them.
Yep, that seems more my speed.
Okay, you uncover a couple of bits and pieces. Roll me an investigation or arcana, and you've got help, so it's with advantage.
Investigation. Oh my God.
With advantage, so 13. Cool. You find a couple of tracks. Now, this is getting to the end of it. Further research. So a selection of passages have been found in various books, but few are complete. You have long ago exhausted all the stuff that Mordain has brought you, and you've had to start going and pulling out the badly damaged and old, very old tomes at the sort of in the darker depths of the library. Most of these are being brought to you by scribe students. These are risky as well, and they have to be handled very gently, as they could easily be damaged by even minor handling. Most of the time, the scribe students are handling them with mage hands, so they don't actually physically touch them. One says, one has a little tract in it that says, elemental creatures composed of fire that also possess earth elemental traits tend to be incredibly strong and durable, and do not appear to retain their vulnerability to cold-typed magic. However, cold-type magic should theoretically be able to, you turn the page, and guess what?
I throw the book across the room.
The
Oh
book
my God.
shatters.
Good.
Oh my God.
Trish and the student who's with you goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know it's frustrating, but that one's really old. The page might not have been torn out. It might have just, I mean, I acknowledge it's probably not, but it might have just fallen out.
Who are you?
Sorry, I'm making up a bullshit name for them. They're a meaningless person.
Wait, actually, I don't care what your name is. Leave me alone.
He nods. He's a Vulpin student, and he walks away, like shoulders slumped. There is more.
All right. I can read on my own. What is it?
Another, like a Corvum student, comes looking pretty timid, like sort of hiding behind the book that they're like doing a passable impression of what Dan is doing right now. Says, I found another one, but you're not going to like it.
Tell me.
Please don't break the book. And I'll tell you if you say you won't break the book.
Show me the book.
He opens it. Says, elder elementals have strong connections to the energy of their aspected element. This connection can be so strong. And he's like, this one does look like it's been torn. But, and he pulls out from his back a scroll case. It's made of leather, and it's got sort of it looks a bit like a rolling pin, actually. It looks like something your mother would berate people with. And
Don't say that. Don't say
not bludgeon, berate.
She's
Like
gonna
she would
take
wave
it
it.
and berate the kid with this thing.
And he says, this one needs to be handled with extreme care.
Well, I hope it tells me something I want to know.
It hasn't been damaged. It hasn't been damaged. And he unwinds it, and the scroll comes out. And he said, it hasn't been torn anyway. It is damaged, but it's because it's very, very old. And Trish, make an investigation check.
All right.
It's impossible to say, but it doesn't look like it's been deliberately damaged. However, a lot of the words are illegible. It's just extremely old. And it says, what you can make out is, after its defeat, the aspect of ice lost a single shard. Then there is a bit that you can't read. And then it says, and this is clearly in referring to that shard, the Borealis. Then there's another paragraph or so that you can't see. Then it says, was sealed away. Then there's a good portion that you can't read, and then another bit. A dance of fire and ice maintains the wood's balance. Then there's a couple of sentences scratched out, or what, not, just worn away. If the fire wanes, it must wane slowly. Only then will its energies have time to ebb away.
I think that might have actually been helpful. Okay, I'm going to hold on to this one and show it to Nevermore because he's better at reading this garbage than I am.
He's like, cool. Would you like me to leave you alone?
Yes, please.
Okay. Shall I put this one away? And he holds up the other one. Or burn it.
Get it out of my sight. I'll keep the scroll, though. Thanks.
Yeah. He flees. Jude and Benneck, you go to see Gildan Nightseed.
I hope everything's going great with either of them.
They're both really good at what they do, you know? Trish is like this, like loving, motherly type, and Nevermore is really smart. And and I just stab things a lot of the time.
That's good. I saw you like smite the shit out of something with like radiant fire. I saw you kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You'd think that, wouldn't you, Emmy? Yeah, you get to Gilda's office. She's in her private quarters again. It's open though. It's not it's not locked. You can go in.
Still knock on the door.
You would hear it. You knock on the door, and he's like, "Come in."
Hello.
In fact, the knocker says, "Come in."
Very weird.
Before actually, it would say, "Come in." because it speaks like that. And yeah, you go in. You would have to go up the stairs, through past all the Daodans.
It is me, Jude.
Yes, I know. And then she goes, wait, why is it Jude? I was expecting the boys.
One of the boys are here.
Oh, good. Benneck.
Jude is
yes.
also one of the boys.
Apologies, of course. I was expecting the magically inclined boys, Jude. I do apologize.
I am also magically inclined.
I meant wizards.
Oh.
I can't teach you spells, unfortunately. That's why I was expecting the boys.
Okay.
I do like an awkward pose meant for a two-person, but I'm the only
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
Is one of the boys the other boy gonna show up later? Is that the plan?
No?
I'm not sure.
I'm storming to the Dean's office, to be honest.
Okay.
I have no clue where he is. I'm sorry. Ma'am.
Oh,
We are
Nevermore.
going to learn, but also we have a plan.
oh yes.
And I relay the plan.
I really want to hear this plan in Jude's words. Benneck, you can probably interject if necessary.
All right, go tell her.
Oh. So, last night, we fought some dead things, and then the person got away, but we think they might be disguising themselves to look like a Corvum like you. So even though you're not not a suspect,
She's a gallus.
we're going to
She looks like a peacock, not a raven.
Yeah.
oops.
There we are.
Even though they were a bird, we're going to
This is why I wanted this.
take you in and arrest you publicly as a trap for the person that did do it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna.
thank you for telling me about this prior. I appreciate you letting me know, and I appreciate that you don't think I did do it, despite all the mountains of evidence and complete lack of alibi that I have.
Well, we haven't ruled you out, but we're positive that it may or may not be you by like 90%.
Thank
We
you.
get like 2 map patches with 1 arrow with this.
What?
And
Yeah.
can you make a perception check, please? Just out of curiosity.
Me?
Yes. Oh my, yes.
19.
That's enough. Good. Cool. She says, well, marvelous. Am I allowed to teach Benneck what he needs to know first?
Of course, yes.
Smashing. So Benneck, what spells would you I can help you copy a couple across? What would you be looking for?
I kind of missed this class during abjuration, but do you have Veil of Dusk?
Oh yes, I can teach you Veil of Dusk.
Awesome. And since you're the necromancy professor and all, I thought, like, is it legal for like Ray of Enfablement? The one that weakens things.
It is legal, yes. You have to be, if you're doing it in front of law enforcement, I would recommend you be cautious about who you do it to. But were you to do it to an undead construct, for example, I don't think anybody would raise any particular issues.
Great, brilliant. And that one too, please.
Yeah, she goes to her bookshelf, and as she goes to her bookshelf, she goes along the shelf and picks a book off. And Benneck, you notice on that bookshelf is the Necronomicon Ex Corvus, about 8 books down from the one she picks off the shelf. You
Okay.
remember it because Mordain had shown it to you.
I'm not going to act on that knowledge now. I make a mental note of it. I remember exactly where it is. I don't say anything.
Cool. Then you copy those 2 spells into your spell book. And Jude, she said, so what's the plan? Am I to surrender myself into your custody now, or this is all a little exciting, actually.
Is she being truthful?
Make an insight check.
Or is she being like, oh, God, yes, I'm glad they don't think it's me.
Can I give him the help action by being like super sus? Not that it helps. Never
I'm
mind.
gonna use my
That would-
D6 because I really, really want.
Very well. You make
This-
add the d6.
Come on, please. Oh shit, 13.
13. She, even with Jude's help, she seems to be putting a brave face on it.
Hmm.
She's upset, but also she appreciates that Jude has said, like, we don't think it's you, and this is sort of a trap to, like, she understands from what Jude outlined that this is sort of a trap to lull whoever is doing it into a false sense of security. And she, is, but is still a little insulted by it and a little bit upset, and doesn't really want to have to spend a couple of days in a jail, which you would have to do to make this make sense and work. And you know,
I will visit you every day that you are in a cupboard. I don't know where they're putting you.
In jail.
In jail.
Does the dean know yet?
No, we're going to go to the dean and say, this is the culprit.
Oh, so shall I come with you then?
Yeah.
Okay, splendid.
No?
Well,
I look at Benneck. No? Yes?
Maybe not. Maybe like later.
Maybe you get everything in order. Like your affairs.
I would like to finish the day's teaching at least. That would be good.
Yeah.
Issue some homework, possibly. Yes.
That's not suspicious at all.
No.
Are you gonna go do it now, ma'am?
Well, I have classes to teach this afternoon.
Right.
But
Say, as I'm trying, trying
promise
so
not
hard to
to
think of a
run.
way to get this Necronomicon.
do
out.
not run away. Yes?
I won't.
Okay.
I shall be in my. If you want to know, I shall be in my. I shall be in the classroom 3C for the most of the afternoon, and the rest of it I will be back up here.
Pinky promise?
She sort of furrows her brows a little bit, and then yes, very well.
It is a spiritual thing with
It
my
is, it
god
is.
Gaspard. You do not break pinky promises.
You'll actually get like smoke down from the sky or something.
Yes, smoted.
She rolls her eyes and puts her claw out, and Pinky promises to not run away.
Wait, I grab them. I grab hold of both of their hands while they're in the pinky promise.
Sure.
Just grab now. All right. And then I ask, why do you have the Necronomicon? Not seed?
She goes, what? Insight check if you want. Jude, you can help with this as well.
Help.
I consider it a help action. Yeah.
And pinky promising card.
Your wisdom is probably higher than Benneck's.
Yes. Should I?
It is. It's much higher than Benneck's.
Yes.
but here's the thing. Benneck is the one who noticed the thing. So Jude can help Benneck, not the other way around. He is proficient, so it's not that bad. Hey!
Hey.
She seems surprised. She's like, what?
Why do you have the Necronomicon?
I don't. I returned it.
I glance over. I like pointedly look because I have her hands or her
Yep.
hand in the pinky promise.
Her one hand is still in yours, and she looks over and she says, oh, good. Again, and look, if I'd stolen it, why would I have put it on a bookshelf?
Wait.
It's right there, Jude. I just got a point. It's right there.
I cannot read, so I don't know which one it is, but I trust
It's
you.
the one with that. It's the one with that cover.
It's
Okay.
the one that looks really unhealthy. I loathe that.
If you have the book,
Yes.
then what did Mordain show us yesterday?
Well, I did return it to the library yesterday in the morning.
Okay.
Then he presumably showed it to you after that, and then at some point between then and now, someone has put it back in my room.
Isn't your place warded?
Yes, it's
Against
warded. You can't
entry?
scry on it. No, well, it's locked. Again, we had this conversation yesterday. Magical locks can be magically picked.
I am
Yeah,
suspicious of Mordain.
Well, may I take the book off your hands then?
At this, she actually thinks and says, if we are going to the dean,
We need
you're acting on the behalf of the dean. Yes, you may.
All right.
Wait.
May I request you take it to the dean?
Yes. Put it
Oh,
in my
wow.
backpack.
Okay.
May
Yeah.
I would suggest not doing that.
Oh.
It is hungry.
Is it
The
going to
backpack
corrupt
is-
the muffins?
Your
I
backpack is magical, yes?
It could have muffins.
If your If your backpack is magical and you want it to stay magical, don't put it in your backpack.
Or does it eat magic?
It can.
Oh, shit. Great. Well,
Also, don't cast any spells while you're around it. Just walk.
Okay.
I can't even defend myself with my superior abjuration skills, ma'am.
Well, if you were casting spells specifically to defend yourself against the book, yes, but it can. I'm not saying it will, but it can. You know how the library is warded for a very, very good reason?
Yeah.
Books like that are the reason.
Hmm.
It's why you're not supposed to take it out.
So we're gonna take the book straight to the dean,
Yeah.
and then
And-
you're probably going to be arrested within the hour.
The hour.
I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
The dean needs to also think that you're being arrested. You're the only one that knows it's not real.
Oh, I see. I thought the dean was going to be told.
No, he's also on the suspect list.
Right. Very well. I was hoping for a little bit more leniency then, but no, that's fair. I understand. If I'm a suspect rather than very well. I'll make some notes for my substitute teachers. I'll be here. I pinky promise.
Yeah.
like-
And we'll leave it there. Oh, Phoenix Wacky has arrived. Hello.
Hey, how is the stream? What is my character for Saturday? What am I playing?
Sorry, Smart Geek, I'm touching that book.
I'm just having a
But-
quick thought in Jude's head. We don't really know Benneck that well either.
What? I'm on the suspect list now?
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
Wait.
Oh, shit! And he's just learned some really good spells. Okay.
But like, he rocked up when we had skeleton fights, and he's been with us the whole time. And
Dan, they found us out.
anyway,
No.
Can you shut up? You're spoiling it. Okay.
It was the finale.
or am I doing a double bluff? I don't know. You'll have to wait and see.
I can never trust Josh.
Yeah, no, never. Well, hardly ever. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching, so much for playing. Thank you to the Deck of Many for the great work on the source book. Thank you to Serum and AJ for your amazing work behind the scenes. AJ is our producer, and Serum is the guy who makes us all look and sound. Because without him, we wouldn't look and sound at all.
I thought there was an end to that sentence.
Yeah, no, it's like he does. He's the reason we look and sound at all, and he does a great job of it. So we look and sound great, but it's because of him that we look and sound at all. So we're going to do some favorite moments. Please, guys, chuck up your favorite moments in chat. I'm going to start with Trish. I think Rachel did a killer job today, and my favorite Trish moment, unless Rachel wants to go first with her favorite Trish moment.
You go ahead.
My favorite Trish moment was your anger. Just your, like, how done with this Trish is. I really, because it's a side of Trish we have not seen. I was like genuinely like, shit. Like, in that poor Vulpin NPC whose name I never made up, because why would I have? In his place, I was just like, I'm really sorry. Don't break, guy, it's books, don't.
That was going to be my favorite moment too. Her patience has well and truly run out. She's fucking over this shit.
To be fair, we lost a friend, and then we came here.
She has not had time to grieve.
We've had like 2 days of just being messed with.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No
actually
wonder.
4 at this point.
4 days of being messed with.
Yeah.
No wonder. We're all losing it. My favorite Trish moment, it was said in chat, but your like third metaphor.
Yes, it was great.
It was so good. And when you when Jude was complaining about Nevermore, and you're like, I'm done with this.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I was like, oh.
Getting proper fuck it moments. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
She has
Great.
a point, but she's stupid. Yeah.
My favorite
Guys?
Trish moment is when you were like, we're gonna get him. I'm gonna chase this person out of this like tower. I'm gonna get him, and then they've already gone and you can't follow. And I was like, oh no.
It was so frustrating.
I felt it.
Yeah.
And then when you finally returned as well, you just like ran up to save Jude or protect Jude, and you were just like, leave her alone, and you growled fiercely, and then just got fucking both of you just got absolutely wrecked.
Those things were brutal. It's really lucky they didn't get to the squishy wizards.
Oh God,
I love
wasn't
the
ready
Benneck's.
anywhere near those things.
I'm not
I love
squishy
that
at
Benneck's
all.
AC is fucking higher than bloody Helvix.
I always play the tank characters,
Yeah, you
Josh.
do. But yours is this one's effective. Well, he wasn't in that fight, but like most of the time. Favorite Trish from Omi. Who the hell's are you? Fuck it. I don't care. Piss off before you eat this book. Yep. Trish needs a drink in a mashed potato mountain like 5 episodes ago. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The
Mitch?
knight says, I threw the book because I'm so done with this total roar moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch, favorite Rach moment?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was the running back into the combat and shouting out the leave her alone. The way you growled was like the growling was. It was oddly like. I felt like it was very, very much Map Hatch growl. It was like fierce, but also like cute raccoon style. Yeah, it was like kind of fierce, kind of cute at the same time.
That's
But
Trish's vibe.
also just your face when Josh was bringing you the bad news in the library was just the anger. The anger was painted on there.
Joseph of Lucy Goose, we are milestoning it for this campaign. Yes, roleplay is the whole thing is roleplay. Really, combat is interspersed liberally throughout, but it's mostly roleplay. I can't stop these bastards if I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
that's right.
I cry almost every episode.
We actually have we had tears yet today?
I don't think we had Jude trauma
No,
today.
there were crying.
We had no Jude trauma, but we did have
Anger.
there was a subtle bit with her mama and like
Yeah.
losing concentration during parkour, and there was also she told a story because Jude always
Oh,
told
yeah.
a story. Okay,
Yeah.
We had some Jude salt though.
Yeah,
Jude
it's
saltiness.
salty.
Yeah.
Mitch, tell us what was your favorite self moment?
I honestly think it all just boils down to the nasty font being Helvetica. That's my favorite Mitch moment. That's it.
Oh,
Least
thanks for the
favorite Mitch
raid,
moment.
Elder Scribe.
Elder Scribe, thank you so much, raiders. Welcome. Yeah, we need to finish earlier so we can raid them instead of the other way around.
Yeah, we gotta
I
suck
just
it
feel
to
like
him.
Nevermore was quite cocky tonight, and he got shut down more than he's used to.
I realize I'm
by
really
a
sorry.
lot
I
of people.
forgot. I forgot that I actually hadn't answered the question that you asked, Ravanya. He sort of gave you a mini lecture about how divination works, and then never actually told you the answer to the question you asked. And he went back inside and was like, "Well, I didn't get any answers I would look for," and he was like, "No, I'm sorry." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. I never actually answered that question, but I'm happy with where it stood." Partially because you bowed and said thank you. I think my favorite Mitch moment was the saying sorry. I'm not sure what I'm saying sorry for, but I'm saying sorry in the most Nevermore apology ever.
I really like the whole relationship with Rusty, like having you trust him completely. It's a good dynamic because the rest of us are like suspicious as fuck, and it's also just really nice to see that relationship you have. It's really fun.
Josh better not fuck me over and make it Rusty, because I would feel like an absolute chump.
That would be devastating.
I've literally just thrown my lot in with this one NPC. I'm like, no, Rusty's my boy. I'm sticking by Rusty. I don't know anything about him.
We are mates with them all.
but
It's probably one of them. It's probably Benneck. Let's get Benneck.
What the fuck?
I thought so all along he was suspiciously interested in the dead.
Just because they're animals. Come on, man.
Yeah.
My favorite Nevermore moment was Mitch and I bouncing off each other by like hearing the other person's role play and then coming into the scene. So Mitch had gone out and I had complained about him, and he came in and told everyone what he had just done, and I was like,
yeah, I was like, fuck you. Yeah, I was like, that's it. I was like, I got nothing to fucking hide. But no, cool.
My favorite, I'm trying to remember because this was at the start of this session, but when we were like talking about plans and you were the one that's like, and we're gonna go now, and we're doing the thing.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? I'm trying to remember now. Somebody might
from
remember in
chat.
chat.
Smug Geek, favorite Nevermore was defending Rusty. Newton Scan, I loved almost every second with Rusty. Yeah, there's a lot of love for Rusty, Ravenia, and Nightseed. Like, they are
and
fun.
placenta.
Oh yes, gel
Right.
placenta.
Jelly
Got it in
placenta.
It was so good.
Smug Geek wants to play a necromancer vulture from Humblewood. Yeah. Yeah. Turns out it's a puppet version of Helvig Resurrected.
Dan's already doing that though. That's the thing.
I'm an abjuration actually.
Uh-huh.
No, Nightseed is a
I've got a master's degree in abjuration.
Yeah, you do. Cool. Let's talk about Dan. Favorite Dan moment.
My favorite Benneck moment is facing off with the elk and going like, I can do this all day and not hitting it.
And it not hitting you. There's a complete no-sided argument. It's like, because I was like, I'm gonna stomp on Trish. It's easier. So it's not rewarding at all. Stupid buff wizard. He's got too many other spell slots. He's very confident with his knife. Like if he switched to magic, he might be able to do some damage. Zero sum game. All right.
My favorite Benneck moment was trying to comfort Jude, having to shut him down and then be like, okay, I'll do it. Like I'll take on the responsibility, and then fading into the background when it didn't go.
He didn't see anything. I loved the bit in the tower with Nightseed at the end. Yeah, Benneck and Jude are an interesting pairing, and then yeah, grabbing the hands and saying, "Why do you have the Necronomicon? If we're doing pinky swears, you can't lie. That's not how that works."
You're gonna get smote. You're gonna get smote if you lie now. You're in a pinky swear.
And she's just like, "Yeah, right. Come on, kids." Yeah, that was lovely. I enjoyed that.
To be fair, I don't think Jude knows any different because I'm sure her brothers were like, pinky swears are really, really important, and Gaspard is watching, and it's a holy thing.
Oh, you know, Jude believes this.
Jude believes it.
She doesn't.
Yeah, definitely.
I really liked.
No, Rach, go for it.
I liked you hanging back when we went into the trap because we're a bunch of dummies who've been blinded by friendship. We're like, no, we must stick together, and you're like, I'm gonna hang back because that's the smart thing to do. And it's good.
I love that he did that, and Dan, knowing that this is the case, and did it anyway. And once again, I've made this note before, but Dan is really cool because he makes choices that aren't great for his character because narratively they make sense. And immediately gets up onto a higher elevation and realizes he's put himself in massive danger in an attempt to do exactly what you just described. Yeah. He's like, don't worry, I'll flank them and stand up and get an elevated shit.
Yeah, well.
As it always is with favorite moments, my 3 things that I put down were comforting Jude in the room, staying separate when we entered the the domed room, and why do you have the Necronomicon Night Seed, Pinky Promise? So they've all been covered. They were all my faves for sure. But my favorite, the first one that I did put down, was the comforting of Jude, because that was insightful as to Benneck and how Benneck tries to deal with people, and it's not the most charismatic. You're playing an 8 charisma character, so yeah, well, on point. I've
got a few from chat. Favorite serum overall, the fact that the cast is making anybody even remotely likely to be the baddie into a Corvum. Like, Nightseed is a peacock.
I honestly thought the whole time, I thought Nightseed was a Corvum the entire session, up until you were like, yeah, Nightseeds are like that. And I was like, what?
You've seen this image before, like several times.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
I thought the same thing, because when you were like, it's a Corvum in the battle, I was like, oh, they're disguised as Nightseed. And like, I don't know why that's just...
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's clearly a disguise, and they're trying to disguise themselves as Nightseed. And I'm like...
it's not even
a fucking Corvum. God,
crows are the most goth birds, so we assumed that the necromancer was a crow.
I just feel like that's just a clear indication as to what the fuck this particular section of our adventure has done to all of us, because we're just, it's just a clusterfuck at this point in time, and we're being led in all these directions, and everybody's everything, and now we're bloody throwing blame at people, and Nevermore's about to rock up at the Dean's office and fucking tear him a new one. So like, it's all just going down. It's all just going downhill.
Love it. Smugging, Benneck and Jude might be the best/worst people to do this part. Favorite Dan during the fight. I fucking hate this. Can't even eat these damn things from Omi. Cool. Let's talk about Jude.
Favorite Jude moment today. I think getting knocked out and then like getting the potion drip down her throat and like getting up, wiping the blood and stabbing again. Like pushing Trish out of the way, going straight into battle again. Very Jude.
Because everyone's just like, it would be really smart, given that you have 6 hit points and its attacks do like a minimum of 6 hits, that you would not waste another potion just yet, and maybe step back and maybe throw a harpoon or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not who Jude is. She's thrown a javelin maybe once or twice in her life.
She threw a bunch of javelins in season 1. She threw one through a guy's eye. Before I had the sword, and it was like a distance fight. So
sure.
Jude has used her javelins to murder before.
Okay. What else have we got? Anybody?
What I
Dan?
like about, just like to jump off that moment, what I love about that is the Trish being like, no, my baby. And then you're just like, no, I'm sending off fam. Like,
You got this,
get
Mom.
off me. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm awake, I gotta hit things. But my favorite Jude moment, well, it's more really my favorite AJ moment, is the magnifying glass prop view.
I really loved the considered I'm angry. I loved the Nevermore intervention. It's a minor intervention, but it was definitely Jude telling Nevermore that she makes a good point. Like, it's very unnuanced point, but it's definitely a valid point. Like his point is that you were actively deceiving everybody, whereas he was just like, I'm going outside with this person.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in the same vein, but
He did it with
Jude.
Trish. He did it with Trish earlier though as well, because he was like Trish and like pulled her in for a side conversation.
No, Trish pulled me
She
in for
pulled
a side
him in.
conversation.
Yeah, that's true. But they had a secret talk, and then Jude was just left there. So
The way that Nevermore thinks about it is, would Jude want to come with me when I go have a coffee with my mentor? Would Jude want to come with me
absolutely.
while I go and take a shit?
but
absolutely.
Jude doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Jude doesn't
Like,
do that. So it comes from security.
Yeah. And it's like Nevermore isn't thinking about what it looks like to Jude, but also it's just, I thought that was really good. It was really in character moment that made sense and was really well done, AJ.
Thanks.
I
Teen Jude gets angry at small things.
Yeah.
the one I was going to bring up was what Smut Geek brought up as well, which was the fact that Jude started to question whether or not Nevermore was in fact Nevermore. The whole like interrogation of me, and I'm like, what the hell, Jude? It's me. You're like, yeah, but is it you? It's like, the fuck? Yes, of course it is.
And if it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to tell.
No.
True.
Because Iralath can literally know everything in his head. If she took him over, you wouldn't be able to tell. Anybody else? Rach?
I loved you tugging the beak. It was great. It fucked up everything, but it was so in character and it was fun. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm Team Nevermore on this, but at the same time, Jude has a valid point as well. Like, yeah, but the beak wasn't moving. How are we moving past that? It was like, well, but we were getting more information. It's like, but the beak wasn't moving, so it was probably lying. Yeah.
Trish was upset. Rachel fucking loved it.
I don't even know how many fucking pages of notes you just threw away in that moment there, Josh, as the big diplomatic conversation with the bad guy just got dismantled by Jude just grabbing the beak.
But it wasn't him. But it wasn't him.
It was.
It was him talking through the thing.
Skeleton, yeah. Oh, anyway, that's fine. It happened.
I'll be honest, zero. I didn't make notes for that conversation.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I actually came up with the idea for that conversation in the session.
It was just a trap. We were walking in.
It was always a trap. I was just trying to make it look less like one.
I don't know. Jude's mind went to it's a fake beak.
If you watch back, for those who are likely to watch back watch the VOD, you can see me go, oh, what if it's a Mapatch skeleton and it's wearing a fake beak for no real reason? And then I was like, no, the person who's responsible for this would not have strapped a fake beak on this thing for no good reason at all.
Anyway.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up. So,
fuck you, Josh. You're not getting
it's on my
away.
damn case. Get off my back, Dan.
Favorite
I see
DM
you.
moments, Josh.
All right. I love being Ravania. I love being this all-seeing, all-knowing divination professor. I adore any chance to be him. And my favorite me moment was on the fly deciding that he'll be in your room to tell you the answer to a thing you've only just asked when you get there. And then deciding further that he would have just brewed tea because he knows exactly when you're going to arrive. He makes sure it's steaming hot when you walk in through the door, which is about 3 minutes after he got there. Yeah, that was my favorite me moment.
You played a very fearful NPC quite well. The fear of Trish was real. I definitely appreciated how you.
I was fucking scared of Trish at that point. I'm like, oh, Rachel's angry.
Yeah.
That was fun. Some fun ones.
I don't know. Yeah, you go.
My favorite was Josh complaining or like convincing us not to bring all the lecturers into one conversation because of all the accents.
Please no.
And then your lovely lady wife commenting in the background saying that it was like Lyra and Angelica being the couple.
Yeah. Like all their accents are really distinct. It would just be hard to jump from one to another to another.
It would be, yeah.
Particularly having, I don't think there's a Scot there because I really struggle between Scottish and whatever it is that fucking Rusty is.
I think Ravanya and Rusty would be really hard to do back to back.
Yeah, probably. If I've done it a lot recently, I'm okay, I reckon. Favorite DM, anytime Josh plays Rusty, just takes me straight back to District 9. Thanks, that's what I'm aiming for. The NPC that Trish raged on, Omi, yeah. AJ said, fuck Josh's notes, grab the beak.
My favorite DM moment, it was hard, aside from the like littering of clues. It's in that vein, the book in particular, that was just designed to sass us. You found this book. It's not a clue at all.
It's Sherlock Holmes reference. Yeah. Oh, you're so clever. Look at how good detectives you are. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Oh yeah, sorry.
I haven't complimented you yet, Josh.
Please do.
Another good Ravanya moment. Stop cowering.
I
need my fridge.
Another really good Ravanya thing. I loved the little, oh, it's so cute that you think you could catch me. That was fucking great.
A smile that no one saw.
It was good, though.
Just yet again, Ravanya gave me nothing. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck you. You're on my list. You're a Corvum. although, like, you know, who
am I?
Maybe Ravanya could be a freaking map hatch for all Nevermore knows tonight. He's been calling everybody everything. So, yeah.
So you're going to this one person for this one thing that they can do, and this person who you are trying to track down is routinely showing that they can't be scryed upon. So, yeah. Although, yeah, not being able to find Lazarus is interesting and totally not necessarily related.
Yeah.
As far as you say.
Yeah, why would I admit to anything else? Okay.
Me and Dan in chat, like in the stream, just being like, what if it's Lazarus?
So I have a special treat for you all, because what you don't necessarily know about the mother of bunnies is that she is a highly competent lyricist and sometimes bored. So she's going to sit in my chair right now, and she's written the whole fucking song.
Yeah.
What?
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Dream. So I wrote this in the last hour. I haven't rehearsed it, so this could be terrible. AJ, I'm going to need your help. At some point towards the end of this, I'm going to point at you and I want you to cry with glee, Gaspard, okay?
Okay. In
Cry
accent?
for me. In Jude's voice.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course.
You might want to mute Sirenscape, darling. This is going to clash horribly. Okay. I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do, but you know what? I offered and I follow through on my offers even if I regret them later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me if you can hear the music. Oh no, of course you can't because it's... We're going to have to unplug this, darling.
No. That's a microphone, my love.
Oh. Can you hear this?
Yeah, we can hear it a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to bump the volume. That better?
A little bit, but it's also going to be copyrighted if you have the background too high.
All right, we'll keep it nice and quiet. Okay, let's do this. There's a long intro, so we've got a moment.
So pumped.
I'm already regretting this. Okay. I'm not doing the dialogue. You missed out, sorry.
You got to pull yourself together. Gosh, it just
Hopes me to see you, Miss Jude, looking so sad and so blue. Everyone here'd love to be you, Miss Jude, except Nevermore, cause he's up. There's no job being around as mired as you. You're every Alderheart's greatest ally. The Humblewood is so inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's quick like Miss Jude, cut that licks like Miss Jude, gets herself into a fix like Miss Jude. There's no virus guard half as fearsome, perfect a peak paladin. You can ask any Strighead or Corvum, and they'll tell you whose side they prefer to fight on. No one's been like Miss Jude, a job being like Miss Jude. No one's got a cute slit in their area like Miss Jude. Their size may not be intimidating. You won't think that twice about Miss Jude. Give 5 huzzahs, give 12 pip-pips, but Miss Jude is the best and the rest are all squibs. No one fights like Miss Jude, no one bites like Miss Jude, no one sword burst out of a toad like Miss Jude, while there's no one as cute when she's sleeping. If you wake her, you'd better beware. Not a bit of her matted or scraggly, and every last inch of her's covered with hair. No one cuts you up from your groin to your face like Miss Jude. She's especially good at investigating. Yeah, give that case to Miss Jude. When she was a lass, she ate 4 dozen muffins each morning to help her get lunch. And now that she's grown, she eats 5 dozen more, which really is too much for a mouse. No one leaps like Miss Jude, guards the streets like Miss Jude, then parkours all over the trees like Miss Jude. Her victories will be invigorating. Say it again, who's a mouse among men? And then say it once more, who's the hero next door? Who's a super success, don't you know, can't you guess? She's got fans and her 3 hangers on. There's just one gal in town who's got all of it down. With the power of G-A-S-P-A. Gaspard! Miss Jude.
You are welcome.
Oh, Karen,
Go now. I'll email you.
Someone has presumably clipped that.
I'm so
Whoever said I was brave to do that on stream, I'm just dumb, guys.
No, you're
This
amazing.
woman writes erotic puppetry.
That was great. Oh,
Right.
I needed that in my life.
I mean, and now it's in your life. There you go. It's in all of our lives.
I'm going to frame it.
Yeah. I didn't realize she'd done the entire fucking song. I thought it was like going to be a verse and a chorus. I thought it was going to be like what I asked Jude to do for her oath, but nope. Okay. Well, we're going to do our sign-offs now. Guys, thank you so much for hanging around. I know it's been quite a long stream, and that added like 20 minutes to it, but totally fucking worth it. I hope you agree. Jude, tell us, AJ, tell us who the fuck you are and where we can find you.
Hi, I am AJ Winters. I am a creative voice actor, producer, scriptwriter. You can find me on Instagram at AJWintersVO, where I keep you up to date with all the creative things that I am doing, including DMing on Thursday nights with the Academy of Xander. Things are getting very interesting over there, so join us on Thursdays.
Yep, that they are. Dan, who the fuck are you?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm D-Rev in Twitch chat and Roll for Damage's Discord. Come hang out. Aside from that, you can't find me anywhere because I am so elusive. And you can just find me here next week when I need to get myself off the suspect list, I guess, now.
Yeah.
So you whole wizard boy.
And Mitch, who the fuck are you?
I'm fucking Mitch. Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Mitch Churchill. I'm this guy. Good to see everybody. Thank you very much for being here this evening. Amazing session, as always. And I was playing Nevermore, and you will see me here again next week. If you wish, you can follow me on the Twitter, where I twat things, and it is Mitch_Earnshaw. Thank you once more.
And Rachel, who are you?
I'm Rachel Foucar. Writer, actor, creative trash at large, and don't you forget it. You can find me, if you dare, on Instagram and Facebook. Not Facebook, Twitter. Don't find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter at Rachel Foucar. And if you want, I wrote a sci-fi book called The Rings of Mars, and you can find it on the internet, and it'd be cool if you did.
Very nice. It's very nice. And ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, dames and herring, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I the fuck am Josh the Pirate. And I have been your humble DM and storyteller this evening. If you enjoyed my face and voice tonight, you can find me in Paparotica with Mother of Bunnies in Fringe World every January, February-ish. And generally infesting the art scene in Perth, again with the Mother of Bunnies. Alternatively, if you like the majestic voice but you think I could stand to tone the face down a bit, I am also part of the They Be Dragons crew. We're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar. And his little dragon, Rosh. Rosh is still fine. With like 55 episodes in, he's still alive, he's all good, nothing bad has happened to him. We need to thank Wooden Forge, our sponsors, the amazing Wooden Forge people from WA. They are local to us. They make amazing things out of wood. We love their wood, and AJ's got some of it in her hands right now. We need to thank Brie Pie, our amazing artist. She did the crazy good art of Benneck. She did the cute slit in Jude's ear. She did all the things, and they're very cute and adorable, and she's extremely talented and wonderful, and they are amazing person. Serum is great too. Come back on Thursday for the Academy of Xandar. Come back on next Monday for this, and then next Wednesday we've got a One-Shot Wednesday coming up. Who's running it, AJ? I'm
going to be DMing 2 nights in a row. Join us on the 14th for I haven't named the one shot yet, but it will be it's very cool. It's a modern setting where men, elves, dwarves, and deities live together, and we're going to be following the story of a news team, sort of a B-grade news team, as they investigate and report on something strange happening in the city.
Okay.
And Dan's going to be in it.
Dan's going to be in it.
Me?
We love Dan.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Splendid. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go the fuck away from here now.
Yes.
Say goodbye, Siri. We will go for a raid.
We're going to go for a raid, but I also wanted to quickly promote Phoenix Iwaki's stream this Saturday. because Phoenix came and joined us for the end of today. We are doing one-shot roulette over on Phoenix Iwaki's channel, where a bunch of amazing D&D streamers from, I'm pretty sure Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and I think the Eastern States as well, judging by all the times that's on there, where we are playing randomized characters in a random setting with like everything being up in the air. So I'm so pumped for it. Come join us on Saturday morning AWS time. Yeah, it'd be great.
Love it. This Saturday, what time?
I believe it's 8:30 a.m. AWST.
Oh,
Do it. You got to join us.
Yeah, I do. I do actually have to join you for that. Cool. All right. Amazing.
That, we're going to go for a raid to Sensei Suplex. Doing some
Sensei Suplex.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's do that. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.